Alright, full-time family, it's time for full-time MMA in the morning, and hopefully this thing's on. No, I know this thing is on, but with that being said, as you can tell, we've got the bells and whistles today. I went and I got a long-ass cord, so hopefully this doesn't drop any time. Like before, when we tried to stream with this method, what would happen is we might disconnect for like 1 minute and have to come right back, and it was just really annoying. So I left this method alone, but I got some stuff done, so hopefully this will be the way we can do it. But as of right now, at the end of the stream, it might be a little hard to add a Google Hangout, so we might have to add that a couple days from now. But either way, today there's a lot of MMA news, some big stuff going down, even though we didn't get a lot out of it. Today was Conor McGregor's court date, but it only lasted like 2 minutes long. But some things still did come out of it, as we found out when Conor McGregor's next court date's going to be, as well as a statement from Conor McGregor's lawyer on the way out, where Conor McGregor actually said he was like regretted some of the stuff that had happened. So with that being said, let's jump right into looking at some of what's happened at Conor McGregor's court case. This is the headline. It lasted less than 2 minutes, and his next hearing is set for July 26th. Now, these are just a couple articles dealing with the situation, but we're really going to go to Ariel Helwani's Twitter, where he's had, like, you know, the minute-by-minute updates. So, and he's also got some videos and stuff there. But also, this is what Conor McGregor, actually we can just hear her say it, but Conor McGregor said he regretted his actions. We didn't actually hear Conor McGregor say it came from his court, or his attorney, which actually we'll just get into that right now, on Ariel Helwani's Twitter. So this is Conor McGregor's, a member of Conor McGregor's legal team, and you guys should also be able to hear it better this way as well. So let's hear this out. First, let's see the tweets right before it, though. Ariel Helwani was tweeting live from the courthouse. Conor McGregor in the building, just arrived. Conor McGregor and Cian Cowley are in the courtroom, and if you didn't know what this is stemming from, of course it's from the UFC 223 Barclays attack, where Conor McGregor, before UFC 223, got let in through the back door by a media team, came in, stormed the Barclays, threw a dolly at a bus, got 4 fights canceled. One of the fights was because they had played a part in it, but Ray Borg suffered a eye injury from the glass, a small cut on his cornea, I believe. Michael Chiesa had a cut on his head. His fight was also rescheduled. And then there was a third fight because then they needed a replacement to fight in the main event as well. But that one, I guess the Iaquinta fight being scrapped wasn't necessarily because of Conor McGregor. So I guess Conor McGregor's responsible for 3 of the fights being canceled. So, but other than that, that's what this court date is stemming from. Conor McGregor is facing charges from that, and we were supposed to hear, you know, we were waiting on this because Dana White, as far as Conor McGregor's next fight, he's been saying we have to see what happens at Conor McGregor's next court date. Well, this is Conor McGregor's next court date, and we didn't get a lot, but we did get this from a member of his legal team, though.
I regret my actions that led to today. I understand the seriousness of this matter, and I'm hopeful this will get worked out. Thank you, everyone. That was Conor McGregor today in court, and I am working with his attorney. No, when he said outside here, when he came outside the courtroom, and I am working with his attorney, Jay Bruce Mafio, and that's it. Thank you. Next court date.
Yeah, but we already got his next court date, but I just wanted to make sure the full-time family is live in the building. Now, let me get the full-time group chat on the screen, because I see you guys in here, but I'm not seeing the chat, so I just got to make sure I can connect to that. But we'll do that in 1 second, though. Play this other video as well. This was Conor McGregor's manager speaking a little bit with Ariel Helwani. Ariel Helwani trying to ask about his next fight, but it wasn't, I don't think he's going to speak on that yet.
I'll get it now.
You want to say anything?
I mean, today we're here to focus on court. We're not going to focus on any future plans until we handle this matter. And right now we're in good negotiations with the district attorney, so we're going to focus on that, but we'll focus on the future later.
July 26th, should this be wrapped up?
Should be. Hope so.
Between now and then, will they not talk to you about his next fight?
We're going to keep all that right now in the back burner and really focus on this matter only, and we'll focus on all that.
Can you tell us what the details are for the plea agreement?
Can't tell you.
All right. Thank you.
So it looks like we're not getting many details as far as Conor McGregor's next fight or what's next for him in the UFC as of right now. But it could still be potentially meeting with Dana White, and we could still hear details from that meeting. So with that being said, Conor McGregor had a really quick court case today. Showed up, got rescheduled essentially. But with that being said, man, still an update on Conor McGregor and his legal situation. But other than that, we got some more news coming up. Valentina Shevchenko still on Nico Montano's scalp. If you think you're Conor McGregor, you're not. You can't just sit out for years at a time without being stripped. Please don't think you're Conor. I'll be the champion before you know it. So you can either take this L the hard way or the easy way. And at this point, I don't know which one of those is which, right? Which one is the easy way? Not fighting Valentina Shevchenko and forfeiting your belt? I mean, not fighting Valentina Shevchenko, you might think, but at the same time, that would kind of affect the fighter's pride and stuff like that, having to just relinquish the belt. Everybody kind of looking at it as you were ducking your taco from Valentina Shevchenko, similar to what we saw with GDR and Chris Cyborg. Hell, we still haven't seen GDR back. But with that being said, Valentina Shevchenko is still applying the pressure to Nico Montano, and this is what Valentina Shevchenko had to say. This was the original tweet when and it's my mom's birthday, so you guys might hear some noise in the background. This was the original tweet when Valentina Shevchenko came to the defense of Ariel Helwani, and it says the UFC is losing patience with Nico Montano. As I reported last week, the plan was for her to defend the title, 125 title, and we saw what happened after that with Ariel Helwani. After he tweeted that, the UFC was losing patience with Nico Montano. Nico Montano came out through this whole fucking scathing rant. Ariel Helwani called him out of his name multiple times, and then Valentina Shevchenko was like, whoa, chill, Nico. I did sign the bout agreement a time ago already, and you're still wasting time. You've got 3 months ahead. Sign the fight agreement. And Valentina Shevchenko is continuing. We haven't got much. I've been seeing a few people actually asking me for a Nico Montano update recently. I've checked her Instagram and her Twitter and stuff like that to see maybe for a potential fight update, and we haven't got that. I'm gonna shut this door for you guys. But she is training. Nico Montano is training and looking like she's in a recovery process. So I don't think it'll be too much longer, but still interested to see when this fight's gonna be. But Valentina Shevchenko said, you could have taken this fight so many times and you didn't. Why? There is a reason. Just say it. What do you guys think that reason is? I know what some people think. They think it's because she's scared of Valentina Shevchenko or she's ducking her taco. She doesn't want to lose the belt, right? And so Valentina continues. She said, we'll see what Nico will do. If she's thinking she's Conor McGregor, she's not. Just letting her know, there's only one person that gets special privileges as far as defending their belt. And if Nico's not going over to fight Floyd Mayweather, it's about time to fight in the UFC. Now, of course, she does have to heal up from her injuries. She did have a tonsillectomy where she got her adenoids removed, so you do have to, be weary of her injury situation. But after she recovers from this, I don't think, even another injury would save her from losing her belt, because there was already one injury, I believe it was a leg injury. Now it's the adenoids and the tonsillectomy. And a lot of people felt like she was ducking Valentina Shevchenko from the very beginning. So when you come up with a new injury, it's like, yeah, we hear it. You definitely have to hear somebody out about their medical conditions and their injuries. But at the same time, it's kind of convenient you have these injuries. Like if somebody was supposed to, like GDR, whenever she was supposed to fight Cyborg, and it was, I don't want to fight a cheater, or the first it was, I'm, doing something for the police academy. Like, whenever you start to have multiple excuses for not fighting a dominant fighter, you kind of look like you're part of the Generation Scared. I was going to say, that's from Coach, Generation Scared, but yeah, we'll talk about that another time for another day, maybe when I jump on that live stream. Because for me, a generation thing is like an age thing, you know what I'm saying? But there's some older fighters that are, a part of that too. But either way, a lot of people are looking at Nico Montano in that way. So with that being said, that's a little bit of an update on Valentina Shevchenko and Nico Montano. I see we got my guy McEmerald123 in the building. What's up, brother? What's going on? Other than that, though, we have Kamaru Usman discussing this brawl that he got into low-key at PFL, which was really interesting. I guess it turns out some people were disrespecting the national anthem, and Kamaru Usman and his manager felt disrespected. This is not the NFL over here. This is the UFC. If you are kneeling for the anthem, you might catch a pop shot. Who knows what's going on over here? But this is we'll listen to Kamaru Usman's explanation right here about the brawl.
So yeah, man, crazy situation. I'm the guy who I pride myself on always being able to avoid situations like that. I'm the guy who I always see it on TV, and I'm like, oh crap, that happened, and that happened, and how did that happen? But it was surreal for that to happen to me. Well, with this, what you see on there is just a little clip, actually a horrible angle, but a little clip of towards the end of the situation to where it actually, got into a physical. But what you miss is all the verbal things that led to that.
Okay.
So I don't want to play too much with the show. I don't know. I guess our ads are limited anyway on these streams, so we can play it. But that was him. He was on Ariel Helwani's show. It was an interview on Ariel Helwani's last MMA Hour episode. But here it is, transcribed down here. It says, a bunch of drunk fans were coming into the auditorium from the back because of the way the event was set up, and it was like auditorium style. You come in with everyone's back towards you, and you're looking down towards the cage. So we go out to get some water to drink. We're thirsty, so we're coming back in, and while we're coming in, all of a sudden the national anthem's playing. So we stop, and I'm like, hey, stop. We don't want to walk through the crowd while the national anthem's playing, so let's let this thing finish up. So, Usman and Abdelaziz stood at the top of the stairs. Someone who appeared to be kneeling began shouting at him. Now, this is really fucking weird here to me. So, I guess there was somebody kneeling in the crowd for the national anthem. Like, you gotta be a real fucking asshole, by the way. If you're not a fucking NFL player that's on camera trying to kneel for change, if you're just a fucking fan that's at a sporting event and you're kneeling in the crowd, yeah, you're a little bit of an asshole, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's different when people of a sporting event, national, being televised, is doing that shit, trying to send a message to the world, right? Like, we get it, you're doing it for change, for even if you agree with or disagree with the kneeling, it's different when you're doing it on a national stage, trying to send a message, to where you're just some fucking drunk ass fan in the stands, and you just feel like getting on your knee. Because, I don't know, I think that's a little bit different situation. You're just doing that shit to, piss some people off in the crowd? Like, there's no cameras on you in the fucking crowd, you know what I'm saying? What is the point of kneeling when you're just watching a sporting event? Unless you're at an event and you're, like, in solidarity with the players. But if no one else is kneeling at the fucking event you're at, and you just kneel during every national anthem from the crowd, yeah, fuck you, man. That's my take on it. But it looks like that's what was going on. So someone who appeared to be kneeling began shouting at them. So Usman and Abdelaziz, standing, probably hand on their heart for the national anthem, just standing, just chilling, respecting the national anthem. Motherfucker's already kneeling. He's already disrespecting the shit. And then, on top of that, you start screaming from your knee? Fuck you out of here, dog. So he began shouting at them. Abdelaziz turned to confront them. Usman tried to defuse the situation by asking the person to be respectful while the anthem was playing. But according to him, he was met with a vulgar response. Oh, shit. Usman and Abdelaziz motherfucking holding it down for the national anthem. You will not be kneeling. No, I don't know what they said, but people that were kneeling, already being disrespectful, started screaming shit at them. I don't know why they would do that, Hey, fuck you guys! Stop respecting the national anthem! Like, you know where you're at right now? We're at a fucking fighting professional, it's literally the PFL, Professional Fighters League? What do you think? Hey, you guys don't see me over here kneeling? What gives? What the fuck? Do you want them to join you in your knee? Are you fucking kidding me, dog? But either way, so what the fuck is this guy doing? So the guy turns around, looks at me, and goes, "Shut the fuck up, you N-word. What are you gonna do?" this situation just got even weirder. So you're telling me that guy that was kneeling for the national anthem, which is supposed to be to support, like, well, in my mind, when it started, it was like Colin Kaepernick. He started doing it to protest some of the police brutality, right? So you're going to tell me a fucking guy on his knee essentially protesting police brutality called you the N-word? It's like those are the opposite sides of the fence, right? You're either calling somebody an N-word or you're kneeling for the national anthem. You're not doing both, right? That's just in my mind. Like, are you the racist or are you the person fighting against racism? Like, or are you both? Like, you're literally that much more of an asshole if you're kneeling to, because that seems like what this is. This is like clearly just a big fucking troll in the audience. For one, he's just kneeling to be an asshole. If he's going to be using the N-word, he's probably not, doesn't actually give a fuck about police brutality, right? I would assume people that use the N-word at a black person aren't the same people that are fighting for kneeling for the national anthem. So this guy's clearly just a fucking Mick asshole in the crowd doing whatever he can to piss anyone off. If I gotta kneel to piss someone off, I'm gonna do that. And if I can't piss you off when I'm kneeling for the national anthem, I'm just gonna get up and start dropping N-bombs around here. I just want some smoke. Well, you got all the smoke you could ask for, and it came in the form of Abdulaziz and Kamaru Usman. So Kamaru said, okay, at this point, I'm like, okay, this dude's clearly drunk, and he's serious, and he's right in my face. So I'm like, back up, you're in my space. And the guy goes, you ain't gonna do nothing. I don't know why I want to give him a country accent. You ain't gonna do nothing, because he dropped the N-bomb, right? But it doesn't really fit a country accent who was kneeling. I don't know who this guy was, but I'm telling you, if you're the same type of motherfucker that will kneel for the national anthem and drop a N-bomb, you need your ass kicked because you don't have a side. You literally are just pissing off both sides. You're pissing off the people that usually drop the N-bombs by kneeling. And you're pissing off the people that usually kneel by dropping the N-bomb. What the fuck what side of this are you on? I don't know what's going on. And if you're not on either side, how about you don't drop the N-bomb or kneel? Unless you just want to fucking stir up some shit. So, he pissed Kamaru Usman off. He said, so, you ain't gonna do nothing? What do you think? You're fucking tough? I think he's gonna swing on me because he's more and more aggressive. Oh, that was Kamaru Usman. So I push him off of me and I'm like, bro, back up. Of course, my manager's not happy with the situation, and then the guy grabs him while he's trying to get near me, towards me, and the guy grabs him, and the guy's still coming toward me, so I push him off. Yo, this, sounds like a whole lot of, they were restraining themselves. They caught someone kneeling during the national anthem, didn't think that was too respectful, so then the motherfucker had the nerve to drop the N-bombs on him, and he was drunk, started coming at him like he didn't know who the fuck he was dealing with, and then that's probably what happened, where it took place, what we saw in the video, where whenever I watched the video without any of this, Kamaru Usman explaining it, it looked like they were getting down in the audience. Both Kamaru Usman and Abdulaziz, they were in it to win it, man. I hope we can find a clear-cut clip of just that fight in a little bit. We should be able to. But hours and hours later, I see that it's all over the internet and this thing's starting to pick up steam. And the crazy thing is the headlines that they're putting on some of these. I saw one headline that said UFC fighter and manager attack a fan for kneeling for the national anthem. And I'm like, who dropped the ball there? Do they not realize that I'm black? Do they not realize that I'm African American? Why would they write a headline like that? So he felt like he was getting a little bit of heat. I'm telling you, this thing did go viral, though. Like 1 million views, might have made it to Sports Center, all type of shit. So you can imagine he's got to come out and defend himself. When you start seeing headlines like fucking, and the headline didn't say black, but that's what he said. I'm black. You can't just say I'm fucking out here attacking people for kneeling during the national anthem. That's, for one, it doesn't, what does that look like, right? Like I said, there's sides to this. Usually, and this isn't always the case, just a fucking generalization, a majority of the black people are on the side of the kneeling. Not all of them, but that's just the thing. So it's like, what? Kamaru Usman's attacking a guy for kneeling, and it's not thrown in the part. Oh yeah, but he also threw in an N-word. This guy was clearly just a fucking drunk idiot that didn't know what he was doing. So, but with that being said, let's see if at the beginning of this we get a clear cut. Actually, let me see if I can find that on Google. Kamaru Usman PFL brawl. Alright, can we get a video though? Yeah. Alright, make sure y'all can see this full-time family. I see MMA Addict in the building, stream looking sexy. Said MMA Addict, yeah, we got the bells and the whistles. Steakophobic said, personal, maybe unpopular opinion. People need to just leave their politics out of sports, or at least the sports I watch. That's normally how I feel too. I think that's how a lot of people feel. But now you got Colby Covington talking about he can't wait to put the belt on Trump's desk, and I don't know where this Colby Covington Tyron Woodley shit's about to go. But like I said, I got my popcorn for this whole shitstorm that's about to come between Colby Covington and Tyron Woodley. You can either get your panties in a bunch or you can get your popcorn popping. And my microwave is on right now. I'm telling you, I'm hearing my shit's popping right now, bro. I'm telling you. So this shit's about to get crazy. Conor Lodge said it's a game of division, divide and conquer. They're fighting each other. They're too occupied to fight the power. It's all some bullshit, fam. Uh-oh, I hear my boy Conor Lodge on his woke shit. Let's check out this brawl, though, because Ali Abdelaziz and Kamaru Usman were not fucking around with the fuck around, as they say. Check this out. Look, there's Ali. There's Kamaru. Ooh. Hey, yo. Maybe that's when he dropped the N-bomb. I'm going to say, now, I don't know. I don't want to dissect this too much, but from what I was just watching very casually, it looked like Kamaru Usman with a little bit of the first shove. But maybe that's because homie just dropped the N-bomb. See? Kamaru. Ooh, he got in his face. That's what you got to do, though. Homie bucked up, though. See, they're facing Kamaru. Kamaru's defending himself right here. Even though it's the first strike, technically he's defending himself. Look at this dude. He fucking literally bucks up right before Kamaru pushes him. Watch this. This guy literally fucking bucks up right before Kamaru pushes him. Alright, right here. Alright, there's Ali. Now watch back here. This guy. He went forward a little bit, and look at the security. The security they're all facing Kamaru, right? And Ali Abdelaziz. His name's not Ali, from what I just read. It's like Abdelaziz. But either way, all the security are looking toward Kamaru and them. So they don't know what the fuck this dude's doing back here. If he's bucking up or what he's doing. So you kind of got to keep your distance there. But yeah, man, I'm going to let this shit just run, though, from where we were at. And just watch the whole thing. Because I know they get busy. They start to get busy in here. But you guys can see we're having a little bit of YouTube problems. There we go. Here they go. Push. Damn, do they have people behind them too? Oh, he broke through the security and got to Kamaru's ass. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I didn't see that the first time. Whoa, he hit him. He hit the motherfucking line like Greg Hardy. Damn. Hold on. I didn't see that the first time. Sorry, we got to keep refreshing this. We might still need to upgrade the internet, but holy shit, this is worth it. I did not know that he hit the line like this. Did y'all see him hit the hole? The motherfucker just hit the hole like a running back. Watch. Watch. Look. Boom. There's the hole. I'm glad it paused. There's the hole. That was the hole, family. Now, this shit's starting to act real stupid and lagging a little too much. So I'm not going to do that again. But, yo, we're just going to play it all the way through. Watch the hole. Push. Kamaru gets one more push off. Homie says, no, that's too many pushes. Here we go. Here's the hole. Right there. Hit the hole. Got Kamaru. Oh, that's Ali. Oh, shit, he went past Ali and went to Kamaru. Damn. Homie fucking... Motherfuckers jumping on Ali over the banister and shit. Ali was fucking... Holy smokes, Ali Abdelaziz is in here throwing down, bro. They had to jump over him. This shit turned into real deal Holyfield, a brawl in the crowd. Kamaru Usman Abdelaziz not fucking around. Kamaru looks like he wants all the smoke right now. What was that? The Tekashi 6ix9ine fight video at the airport? We love it! The nigga at the end. We love it! That's what Kamaru Usman felt like right there. We love it! Like, this is what we fucking do! Just so excited. Yo, they was not fucking around with the fuck around. I'll tell you that much. But supposedly the dude was not only kneeling during the national anthem, but also caught dropping N-bombs in a crazy turn of events. Holy smokes. Let's see what we got over here. Statement MC said, protesting unlawful killings is political once people in power do nothing to prove. Holy shit, we're getting deep in the fucking chat. We woke to this morning. We all the way woke in the power to do nothing to provide justice for people. A national anthem at a sports event is already unnecessarily political. Furthermore, whew. We woke in the comments. What up, Stamina MC? What up, Arpit? What up, Mark in the building? He said, praising, oh shit, man. I don't even know if I should be reading the comments right now. The full-time family is on their woke shit. I don't know if I even want to get into, turn this into a fucking political morning. Let's get away from this. Let's get back to the news. Back to the grind. All right, Tyron Woodley's hoping to get Colby Covington bounced from American Top Team with a win. Low-key, and now he hasn't said this yet, but he needs to, or Colby needs to. Hey, motherfucker, I heard what you had to say. How about the loser leaves? It ain't just no, if I beat Colby, he leaves. How about if Colby beats you, you leave? Loser leaves American Top Team. Loser severs all ties with Dan Lambert. I don't even know that guy, but I just know that that's like everybody's favorite person at American Top Team. I think he might be the owner or something, so loser severs ties. That's all I'm saying. Loser leaves town. Tyron, this isn't the only, we talked about this in a video previously, but this is interesting. Tyron Woodley and Colby Covington, former teammates, training at American Top Team. Tyron used to be Colby's coach back when he was just a wee lad. You know, back when he was still lazy training, according to Tyron Woodley. He said he turned Colby Covington blue like a blueberry. But if you listen to Colby Covington, he's saying he used to break Tyron Woodley in training. So we don't know, but all we know is one of these guys is the UFC's welterweight champion. One of these guys is the UFC's interim welterweight champion, and that means that they need to unify that belt. We need to figure this out. We got Tyron Woodley, literally from fucking Ferguson, Missouri, taking on Colby to Colby 6ix9ine, fucking Colby Trump, going to make America great again, literally wants to go to the fucking White House and put his belt on the desk. Like, what the fuck is going on? I forgot Tyron Woodley was from Ferguson for a second. That makes this shit that much more kind of crazy, right? Ferguson, Tyron from Ferguson, everything's racist. Colby Covington, the ultimate racist, some people believe. Who wins? Who knows? Because really, none of that shit matters. Really, none of that shit matters. Whoever wins the fight, and this is what always sucks, right? Because none of that shit matters. It doesn't matter who Colby, none of these motherfuckers' political views. But whenever they fight, whoever wins, they kind of get to hold that W. So, and let me just put it like this. So let's say Colby Covington comes into this fight with the whole Make America Great Again, boy, all that shit, right? And he wins the fight, let's just say. Well, then that whole side kind of gets a win for the night, right? Motherfucking Tyron Woodley from Ferguson, if he lost his belt to it's kind of like RDA losing after the Brazil comments. It's like, bro, you got all of Brazil on your back, so after you lose, Brazil's kind of holding an L, you know, because you just lost the fight. And it's like, no, you were supposed to be the one that stood up for us. You were supposed to be the guy that stood up for us, and you just lost the fight. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to happen on either side here. If Tyron Woodley loses, he's standing up for people, right? Everyone that hates Colby. If Colby loses, he's standing up for his people as well, right? The people that love everything he's saying. I don't even know how to describe those people except for trolls. I assume most of those people are trolls because whenever I'm enjoying Colby Covington, it's not because I believe in what he's saying. You know, I don't believe these people are filthy animals and all. Although I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how. I've never been to Brazil. I've heard the common consensus, but I know it's not all of them, right? I know it's not a blanket statement. All Brazilians are not filthy animals. So the people who have that thinking, they're probably rooting for Colby Covington. But the rest of the people are kind of just the people that feel like he's trolling. You know, it's kind of entertainment. That's where I am because I don't agree with 85% of the shit Colby Covington says as far as what he's saying. I just appreciate like the comedy and entertainment value in it. So with that being said, though, Tyron Woodley versus Colby Covington, former teammates, two opposite sides of the spectrum. And Tyron Woodley, also, this is new, issued a $10,000 takedown challenge to Colby Covington. Now, one of these came up recently, I forget. Actually, yeah, Chael Sonnen, Rampage Jackson. I don't remember how much it was per takedown, but I do remember they had a takedown challenge worth some money. Chael Sonnen ended up winning the fight, and he said Rampage actually paid the check. You know, he sent him the check, but he isn't going to cash it because Chael P's got Chael P money. He's not going to take no money from Rampage Jackson. You know what I'm saying? So even though they had the bet and Rampage paid, you know, his debt, Chael Sonnen didn't cash the check. With that being said, Tyron Woodley's issuing this same challenge to Colby Covington. And I like this challenge. Tyron Woodley's got the best takedown defense in the UFC, but both of these guys are talented wrestlers. So this just adds. Now, $10,000 for these guys fighting in a title fight, it is a lot for UFC fighters, but still, I mean, if I'm confident, I might be saying, like, how about, you know, because I would assume, and maybe I'm wrong, Tyron Woodley, though, he's been spreading his wings. He's not just a fighter anymore. He's fought on some big cards. So Tyron Woodley might have a little more money than quite a bit of other fighters. You know, he's fought on big cards. He fought at UFC 214, 3 title fights before. I mean, Tyron Woodley's fought on some pretty big cards. On top of his TMZ money, he's probably making desk check. You know, Tyron Woodley's out here cashing checks. You know what I'm saying? So, but $10,000. And I don't even know why I feel like this because I'm broke as fuck. $10,000 will change my life. But I just feel like it's a little cheap for Tyron Woodley versus Colby Covington. I feel like this fight's worth way more than $10,000 a takedown. Like the pride that's on the line. If I'm Tyron Woodley, I mean $10,000 is a lot, but I don't expect Colby to take me down 10 fucking times. Like if you take me down twice, that's $20,000. If you got $1 million, I don't. You know what I'm saying? So. But $10,000 per takedown, that could add up if you take into consideration Colby Covington was averaging like 6 takedowns per fight before his last fight. Like, he, aside from the Damian Maia fight, he's literally took down every single one of his opponents in the UFC. So, but will Tyron be able to? And if I'm Tyron, also, I might want to up the ante if I feel like I'm scoring any takedowns. Shit, I'm trying to get Colby's money. I'm trying to, hey, Colby, $25,000 a takedown, and all I'm working on the whole camp is takedowns, bro. Like, I'm gonna make that bet with Colby Covington, and then I'm gonna fuck the belt. I'm gonna make the bet with Colby Covington, $25,000 per takedown. My whole fight camp is gonna be working on takedowns. Hopefully, I win the decision, but if not, I'm about to get like $200,000 from Colby Covington. He's going to be in debt even if he wins the fight. He might win the fight and get like $50,000 to show, $50,000 to win. But I'm going to take his ass down 8 times. So he's going to owe me $200,000 after the fight. He'll walk away with the belt, but he's going to be walking away in debt to me. I'm just saying, we could have some fun with these challenges. But $10,000 per takedown, that would be interesting, and add a little more. I don't think $10,000 per takedown is going to make or break anybody, even if Colby Covington took or Tyron Woodley got 5 takedowns. $50,000, probably not more than either one of them would be making in this potential title fight. It could be for Colby, though. He's probably not making as much as Tyron Woodley, who's been the champion for a while now. Although Colby is now the interim champion, so he could be getting championship pay. But still, it would be interesting to see a $10,000 takedown challenge go into effect. Bro, this could be like a $10,000 per takedown. Loser leaves American top team. Loser lets down their whole side of the fucking spectrum. If you're racist, Colby can let you down if he loses. And not just racist. I know everybody's not a racist that likes Colby Covington. But it just kind of feels like racist versus black guy. I don't know why, but it felt that way, I'm sure, for a lot of people in the RDA, like, because that's what Colby Covington's kind of being painted as, right? Misogynistic, racist, fucking asshole. So that's just kind of what it looks like here, and it's kind of trolling too. You guys know I like to troll a little bit. You know, it's kind of trolling Colby Covington's fans, saying that they're all racist, because it's not the case, but it's still pretty funny. And maybe it's just funny to me, but either way, Stakophobic said, if I was Tyrone, I'd keep getting stupid injuries, delay the fight to the point he's in Colby's head. Shoot, even if he gets injuries, and shoot, for one, you'd be injuring yourself, so that's not smart. But even if you were just trying to fuck with Colby's head with injuries, he's fucking with your head a lot more when he says, you know, shit like probably if if Colby Covington actually takes a picture in the White House with Donald Trump, like in the picture, belt on the desk, and it's the interim belt, right? Like, why don't you wait till you get the fucking real belt to go visit the president? Are you kidding me? You haven't even won the real belt. That's like the fucking Cavaliers winning the Eastern Conference Finals and going to the White House. It's like, no, you still have the finals to play. Like, yeah, you're almost there, but yeah, you're not there yet. You're not the champion yet. But Colby Covington fucking feels like that interim belt is everything. So but it's gonna piss Tyron off that much more if Colby Covington actually goes to the White House. Like, which one do you think? Could you imagine? Could you imagine fucking Tyron Woodley looking at a picture with Colby, Trump, and Dana? Put Dana in there just to make it that much better. Colby, Trump, and Dana in the White House. Like, not even no black security guards in the background. Just to piss Tyron, just to play games with Tyron. Like, don't even have, like, even if they're, like, behind the camera. Just don't show any of them in the picture. Just so you know it's going to piss Tyron off that much more. Like, what's up with all these white motherfuckers in this picture? I'm just saying, man, this shit's going to be kind of fun. Stamina MC said, I laugh whenever possible. Some of it just ain't funny, though. See, me, I'm way too much shit is funny to me, bro. Way too much shit. My sense of humor is probably wrong. I know a lot of people, and when I say wrong, probably not. I think everybody should have a sense of humor, but my perspective on life is a little different than yours, probably, so I get it, man. But yeah, I'm him. Woodley versus Covington does remind me of Chill versus Anderson, in my opinion. Says I'm him. Chill versus Anderson, and what? You know what reminded me of Chill versus Anderson? RDA versus Colby. Because Anderson, for one, was Brazilian, but for two, I was thinking, like, if he's going to win, it's probably going to be with the submission. You know how Anderson beat Chill, who was able to out-wrestle him, but he was able to submit him last second. I was thinking that if RDA is going to win, he's going to have to pull off a submission similar to Silva. So that fight reminded me a little bit of Chill versus Silva. But yeah, man, a lot of Colby Covington's fights might actually remind you of Chill versus somebody, just because it's fucking Chill P and Colby, right? They're both kind of doing the same thing. Kind of large said in Bald Eagles. Yeah, where the fuck is Nico, says Stakophobic. Nico Montano, she is healing up. We'll go to her Instagram really fast. I went there yesterday just to try and find if she said anything about a potential comeback. Yes, I should go to Instagram. Nico Montano's Instagram. Which is right here. So, yeah. And maybe this has something to do with wanting to hold the belt. You know what I'm saying? She might need some more photos. To be fair, and this is just what you could imagine, when you're the champion, you also, not just to fight, you probably make that much more money for appearances, right? Let's just say Metro PCS, for example. If you're a champion and you're doing signings and an appearance at Metro PCS, let's say you get $1,000 to show up. If you're just a contender, you might get $200 to show up. Like, oh, UFC fighters here. Come get your fucking card signed. But if you could say UFC champion Nico Montano fucking coming to our Buffalo Wild Wings today, you better bring your shirts, your motherfucking water bottles, and your favorite UFC DVD to get signed by UFC champion. You know, you can't say that once you lose your belt. So maybe it is smart for, and I don't know, this is just me going off the cuff a little bit here, but I mean, this is the first picture on Nico Montano's Instagram. That's why I think that, right? She's out here posing with the belt when a lot of people are like, yo, where's that Valentina fight, though? But this is why I say she's training for recovery right here, though, because she's posting videos, training and stuff like that. I saw this, so, you know, she doesn't really have to use her voice here, so it's not affecting her tonsils. But still some training. Let's see the beautiful day. Champion mindset. So yeah, man, Nico's training a little bit, trying to, you know, recovering. But yeah, man, we'll see when her next fight is, though. But yeah, other than that, not many updates from Nico Montano for right now. Might be ducking her taco a little bit from Valentina Shevchenko. But I saw this. I guess this is something that's coming up. It might not even be out yet. This is just like a sneak peek. But low-key, I got to say, though, Colby Covington's sister is a baddie. If I'm Tyron Woodley, and she might even be racist, though. She might not even give if Colby's not racist, I'm not putting anything past his family. I don't know why. But I'm just saying, if I'm Tyron Woodley, like, that's the ultimate goal. If I'm anybody that hates Colby Covington, I am in his sister's DMs, and I've already dropped 3 dick pics, and I'm waiting on her to respond. And if she don't respond because she's not into the, hey, what's up, dick pics, then we got to try it again. I got to make a new profile and come at her with a different approach. But my whole goal is bagging Colby's sister, because for one, she's a baddie, and for two, if you hate Colby Covington, or maybe even his mom, all right. But this is what Colby's sister had to say.
Everyone's there's so many haters. Oh, you didn't do this right, you didn't do that right. Now we got a belt. Now we have to say, now we're coming after Woodley. We're coming after Woodley. There's no stopping us now. Absolutely not.
Well, was she fidgeting or what? She was super excited her brother just won the belt. Either that or that's that powder blood, as Bosco would say. But we don't know what it is. But I'll say this, man. We got Colby's sister. Where the fuck is the line of, I want to see the porn stars backstage. Colby, you did it! You're bringing the belt home to mama. It's like all fucking 5 of us, you know. But maybe they're back in Florida holding it down, you know, cooking or something for Colby. Who knows? But with that being said, Colby's sister and mother were here. Surprised he didn't fly in some of his porn stars to celebrate. But yeah, man, if I'm Tyron Woodley, my goal is to put a baby in Colby's sister. Okay, maybe not, but you get the fucking point, bro. You get the point. So this is an interesting situation here. Ivan Hernandez in the building. What's up, brother? He said, what's up, Stamina MC said his name's actually Tyron, but I'm sure you don't care. Steakophobe. I know some people call him Tyrone, some call him Tyron, some call him Tyron. A someday said, Chaos wins 4th round TKO. MMA Addict said she'd get the D, though. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, hey, Colby's sister's a fucking baddie out here. Too bad he can't. Wait, he's got porn stars. But I'm him and Colby's sister's pretty. That's all. I'm sure. If I'm Tyron, like, even if you're not Tyron Woodley, right? If I'm Rafael Dos Anjos, even if I'm a fucking ugly dude, right? Like, even if I look like, what would you say, Frankenstein, for example. I'm about to get my homie Paulo Costa. All I know is, like, if I'm a person and I'm trying to get back at Colby Covington, I'm thinking, like, what can I, you know how people are. Maybe this is just assholes. But whenever you're into a battle with someone, you're trying to hurt them the worst way, right? They fucking hurt your feelings or whatever. They piss you off. You're trying to get them back that much worse. Even if we're arguing and you say something, oh, that's why you fucking broke your elbow in that fight. You know what I'm saying? And you lost. Then I'm coming back, motherfucker. That's why you're fucking you didn't even get in the fight. You know, like, you're trying to hurt each other's feelings. That's why your motherfucking left ear, you know, is busted up and that shit don't look right. It ain't looked right since the 3rd grade. Like, I'm hitting you with the venom, right? So if I'm someone trying to come at Colby Covington and I just saw what his sister's looking like, bro, if I'm RDA, even after I lost the fight, I'm calling up my boy Paulo Costa. Hey, Paulo, we got a mission, homie. I already tried. I sent her 3 dick pics. She just, you know, hit scene. She didn't respond, but I know she's seen them. But Paulo, maybe you got a chance. Here's her motherfucking Instagram. slide in her DMs. You might have to add her first, but bro, come on, you're Paulo Costa, the motherfucking eraser. You can do this. I got faith in you. I'm trying to get Paulo Costa in there. I'm just trying to get some Brazilian. I want Colby Covington to have a Brazilian nephew or niece. We need to get Colby Covington some motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? We need to get some diversity in his family. If I'm someone really pissed off with Kobe, you're about to have a mixed niece or nephew, homie. That's all I'm saying. You're about to. Maybe we can get Yadong from UFC Singapore to come through. That's all I'm saying. But speaking of Darren Till's weight cut, there was videos that came out after UFC Liverpool, and they had Darren Till cutting weight. And a lot of the headlines, I didn't watch the full video, but a lot of the headlines were like, hard to watch. UFC's Darren Till cuts weight ahead of UFC Liverpool. And, you know, the headline would be like, wow, you know, tearjerker, Darren Till cutting weight before UFC Liverpool. Like, a lot of the headlines, like, made the shit seem like Darren Till almost dies trying to cut weight for UFC Liverpool. Like, you know, and they had him in the suit, and he was sweating and doing his thug thistle. But it seems like it may have been a little over-exaggerated, as Darren Till is saying that UFC Liverpool cut wasn't that bad in any way. So, this is what Darren Till had to say. I didn't lose sight. I was just feeling dizzy. It was 5 o'clock in the morning, and I was up all night. I'd been back and forth to the hospital and in the sauna. Obviously, the video makes it look a little bit worse, but it wasn't hard, or it wasn't in any way bad. I can still make welterweight, that's for certain. Yeah, it's put a little damper on my win, but it doesn't change the fact that I can beat the #1 guy in the world. If anything, I was worse off in the fight. I was at 60% because I cut weight wrong that night. I was dehydrated, I was weak, so I wasn't my full self, but I just feel like a bit too much of a big deal has been made out of it. Okay, so, and you know, that's because also, think about it, a lot of people after UFC Liverpool, especially, everyone talks about Darren Till as a fucking light heavyweight, right? That fights at welterweight. Well, if you're a motherfucking light heavyweight fighting at welterweight, dog, you sound like a weight bully, right? Like, why ain't you just fighting at light heavyweight? Hell, let alone middleweight. You know what I'm saying? Why the fuck you cutting 40 pounds to come fuck with the welterweights? And then when you miss weight, it's like, now you're clearly just being an ass. That's how some people felt. Like, it's hard, being that weighing that much to cut down to 170's got to be hard. So when you miss weights, everyone, like, literally, why don't you just move up weight classes? Go up to 185. Quit trying to kill yourself to make 170 if you're not going to be able to make the weight. So he's coming out and saying, even though it looked bad, I can still make it, trust me. You know, he probably cut weight the wrong way. Maybe he'll get with one of those super solid nutritionists, and he'll be good. Keep him away from Mackenzie Dern and stuff like that. And I think Darren Till will be good. He has made welterweight in the past, so he might have had a bad weight cut for whatever reason. We also know about his family emergency and stuff like that. So, I mean, we'll see what happens in this next fight and who his next fight's going to be against. That's going to be interesting. Do you guys think Darren Till will be out for a little while, or do you guys think, who do you think he should fight next? I mean, we know we've got Colby fighting Tyron. Do you think Darren deserves a title shot with the winner of that next? I don't know about that. Just for the fact that he did miss weight in his last fight. And so that kind of, for one, if you miss weight, it kind of takes away from you getting a title shot. Because if you miss weight in the title fight, as we just saw with Yoel Romero, this literally just happened, you can't win the belt. And it puts a whole weird situation on, what if Darren Till went to fight, let's just say, Tyron Woodley, and missed weight, and then he beats Tyron Woodley. But now, Tyron Woodley's the champion still because you missed weight, but you beat Tyron. Like, that would just fucking suck. So, unless you can guarantee you can make the weight, it's kind of hard for the UFC to put you in a title shot. But, this is Darren Till. This is a guy that people talk about as potentially the next Conor McGregor as far as a huge star. He's got the potential to be. That's a fact. No, is he Conor McGregor right now? Fucking no. So don't get your panties in a bunch. But it is a fact that he has the potential to be the next Conor McGregor, because Darren Till is not only white, no, I'm just kidding, but he not only has the trash talk, you know, and it's not the cringy trash talk. With Darren Till, it's more like a confidence trash talk where he's coming out and he's, you know, I know I'm going to come in here and do this. Like, literally, I'm too big for this guy. Like, he's got a way of making you believe him. If Darren Till was talking right now, I'd probably believe what he was saying. That's what I'm saying. So, he's got the trash talk to him. He's also, something Conor McGregor doesn't have, though, he's undefeated. Another thing Conor doesn't have, he's fucking bilingual. Well, Conor might speak Irish, but I'm talking about Darren Till speaks Portuguese, English. I wouldn't be surprised if he speaks some other, like, Liverpoolian. I don't know if they have their own language, though. But you get the point. Bilingual. Fucking 16-0. He's a bigger fighter. So, I mean, Darren Till's got a lot of potential. He's got to reach that potential. He's got to win fights. He's got to not make weight. But if he can become a champion, if he can do whatever, you know, get some spectacular KOs, he's got a huge potential. Now, we'll see what happens, but he feels like he can make the weight for welterweight. So what this is really saying to me is Darren Till doesn't plan on moving up weight divisions just because he had that bad weight cut. He feels like shit happened, you know, because shit happens, and so he'll be able to make weight the next time. Let's see what the full-time family's talking about. Who you got for Cowboy versus Leon Edwards? We'll look at that toward the end of this. But off the top of my head, I'm going with Cowboy. But I'll definitely have to do my research. I know Leon Edwards is definitely no scrub. Fake it till you make it, homie. Conor beats Till and Laser, but not one. Or Colby beats Till and Laser, but not Wonderboy. I don't know who Laser is. I think we got 6 months until another Till fight at least. That would be unfortunate. I mean, he was just out for like 6 months after our first round KO, right? But it was like 6 months between Cerrone versus Till and Till versus Wonderboy. So that was a long time. If there's another 6 months, it's like, God damn, what are we really doing here? You know, I thought there was something to be said about, like, you know, continuing off the momentum of your last fight. But with Darren Till, that's clearly not the case. They didn't want to continue off the momentum of that Cerrone win. Now, you know, we might have more time out, depending on, I mean, maybe Darren Till, you know, because Wonderboy just came out and said he'd like to fight Robbie Lawler. That'd be a good fight for Darren Till. How about Darren Till versus Robbie Lawler? You know what I'm saying? And if Darren Till wins that fight, then he's for sure in line for the next title. For sure you can make weight, beat another veteran of the division. You know, like Curtis Blades did with Overeem. He beat Mark Hunt. Didn't rest on his laurels. Clearly, Mark Hunt's not ranked #1, but he beat another guy. And you know what I'm saying? So I'd like to see Darren Till fight one more time. Maybe RDA. I mean, I know RDA just took a loss, but I mean, I don't think, I don't know. It's going to be unfortunate if Darren Till sits out like another 6 months, like waiting on a title fight after he missed weight. That would be bullshit to me. You know, because it's like, man, we got this fucking guy we are all hyped on. We want to see him fight. We want to see Darren Till's next fight. How does he do against the best welterweights in the world? But it seems like the UFC or his team might have other plans. Like, let's just, like, play the waiting game a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait for our title shot. Wait for the Wonderboy fight. But, you know, so, I don't know. That would seem unfortunate. But hopefully we'll see when Tyron Woodley versus Colby Covington is scheduled. Because if they fight, you know, sooner rather than later, maybe that could be what Till's team is waiting for. Maybe they feel like he's the one for the next title shot. I mean, if you can get that okay from the UFC, or if, you know, if you're talking with the UFC, and if they give you, like, you know, the sign or the hint that Darren Till might be getting the next title shot, maybe that's the play. I mean, it sucks for the fans. We don't want to see Till waiting for a title shot, especially after missing weight and arguably losing to Wonderboy. A lot of people thought Till lost that Wonderboy fight, but at the same time, he's still got a lot of hype behind him and a lot of potential and shit like that. He got a little bit of a push, so we could be seeing him fight for the title next, as much as I'd like to see him fight. I'm not even going to lie, man. I know the fight might not be entertaining or even the funnest, but I would like to see Darren Till fight Wonderboy again on neutral territory, even in the U.S. this time if they wanted. It don't have to be like neutral. We were just in Liverpool. It doesn't matter where it is, just outside of Liverpool, so people can't give Till that excuse. And then I want to see him make weight. If Till makes weight, you know, and fights in a neutral territory, a top 5 guy, I think that would just kill all the talk. Everybody would know he's the next in line for the title shot. But he did what he needed to do. He made championship weight. But as of right now, I think it'll be a little controversial just to kind of wait for Colby and Tyron and plug him in there. So we'll see what happens with Till's next fight, but it would suck if he was out for like 6 months. Let's see. Leon late finished or decision? Oh yeah, there was like 1 second left in that fight, bro. Like the ref was like, "All right, TKO." If I'm the other fighter, I'm pissed. Like, bro, I literally only needed 1 more second. It's not even like I was like unconscious or anything like that, you know. But he got that TKO though. All right, let's see what's going on next. So, Steakphobic said, "I'd like to see Till fight Usman." I would like to see that too, but I don't think his team or the UFC is going to let Till fight Usman. I think Till would fight Usman, but I don't think his team or whoever it is, probably his team. You know, I'm sorry, we're taking the smart fights right now, and Usman would be fighting down and na. But if you talk to Till, he'll eat him up, fucking eat a booger, and say, "Bring on Usman." You know what I'm saying? But his team or whoever, they're not going to let that happen. But with that being said, we'll move on. Dominick Cruz shared his time frame for Octagon return. We discussed that a little bit yesterday. He wants to come back to a top 5 opponent in order to get his feet wet, essentially, and make his case for a title shot. So, kind of negates the possibilities of a Dominick Cruz versus Aljamain Sterling fight, which is one of the guys that's recently called Dominick Cruz out. But it does open the doors for a potential Dominick Cruz versus Marlon Moraes, or Dominick Cruz versus Rafael Assunção, or Dominick Cruz versus Jimmy Rivera, which is a fight we were supposed to see at UFC 219 before Dominick Cruz suffered that broken arm. So Dominick Cruz is talking about his potential UFC return. He'd like to fight a top 5 guy and then fight the winner of Cody TJ. Now, that, of course, depends on what the winner of Cody TJ wants to do. If TJ Dillashaw wins, he might want to then fight Demetrius Johnson, but we saw that fight didn't come to fruition, so it's kind of hard to get hyped up for TJ versus DJ at this point when we know Demetrius might, kind of content at flyweight and might not make that fight happen. But we could see TJ versus Dominick Cruz. But if Cody wins, that's like throwing a whole monkey wrench into the game, because then he could either fight the rematch with TJ, a trilogy, or Cody could then say, "Hey, I can make 125 and go fight DJ." I don't know why this is at all. I literally don't. But before TJ Dillashaw and Cody Garbrandt fought their first fight, Demetrius Johnson and Cody Garbrandt were already doing some talking. Like, Demetrius at one point had said, "Yeah, man, me and Cody already talked. Like, if he wins the fight, something might happen." Like, it seemed like Demetrius Johnson was more open to fighting Cody in a super fight than TJ for some reason. I don't know if it's I don't know what that was, but I just remember before Cody fought TJ, Cody was still the champ. So Demetrius was like, "Yeah, man, if he's able to beat TJ, we might actually be throwing down." But it never happened, never came to fruition. So with that being said, this is another interesting subject for me. Kamaru versus Till is inevitable, said Jacob De La Cruz, but that could actually be a title fight in the future of the welterweight division. But yeah, I think it's going to happen sometime. The two of the future faces of the welterweight division, unless Darren Till won the belt and immediately jumped to middleweight or something. But yeah, I do think we'll see Usman versus Till sometime in the future. But it might not happen until Till fights up or someone in the top. Kamaru just got to the top 5, but still, we'll have to see what happens with Darren Till. I would assume Darren Till would want to fight like a Robbie Lawler, or his team would want him to fight someone closer to the title, because Usman is what they call high risk, low reward. Kamaru Usman, now he's a top 5 ranked fighter, so he's adding reward to his win. But if you're already above top 5, then that's still a low reward, because you're risking your number 1 or number 2 ranking to fight not the most popular guy in the division, who doesn't have the most fanfare. It's not like when you beat Kamaru Usman, you're still in your fans, because everybody, it doesn't seem like he has that many, because everyone talks about fucking 30% and boring fights and shit like that. So whenever you beat a guy like that, normally when you beat a guy, you want to take some of their fans. That's why it's easier to find fights if you're someone with a lot of hype behind you, because people want to beat you and take your fans. But if you're a guy that you know, the fans aren't behind you, then I don't care if I beat you, because it's not like I'm stealing your fans, or like, what, am I going to take your 3 fans? I'd rather take his 500 fans than your 4 fans, you know what I'm saying? So, kind of gets political a little bit with these top 5 fights sometimes, especially when you got somebody with as much potential as Darren Till. Steakophobic said the children weight classes are starting to have top 15 movement again after months. My guy said the children weight classes. Yo, you gotta chill. You gotta chill. You gotta chill. My guy said the children weight classes. Oh, that's crazy. Forward thing, he says it's very simple. You give your most promising star the biggest name in the division. Till versus Lawler. Make it happen, Dana. I'm down for Till versus Lawler for sure. Yo, but that would low-key shit on Wonderboy. Wonderboy just came out and spoke about a potential fight with Robbie Lawler. He's been talking about a potential Robbie Lawler fight since Robbie Lawler was the champion. Now the fight makes sense too, right? Darren Till versus, or Wonderboy versus Lawler. That'd be a great fight. But what if the UFC was like, yeah, actually, we want to fight, put Till in there versus Lawler. Then what does Wonderboy do? It's like, oh, you motherfuckers, I just got robbed, and now he gets the Lawler fight? Like, what would be next for Wonderboy? That would suck for Wonderboy for sure. Steakophobic said Lawler has been out for a while, in my opinion. To be fair toward Lawler, let him fight someone before Wonderboy as a warm-up. He's coming off of a win over Cerrone, right? Or, no, he lost to RDA after that. He might have lost to RDA after that. Yeah, Robbie Lawler's coming off of that loss to Rafael Dos Anjos. So, this was interesting, man. And whenever you guys saw, we did this during full-time MMA in the morning. But whenever Michael Bisping and Colby Covington had that fucking epic showdown on Fox, and it was like, yo, Michael Bisping kind of schooled Colby Covington. He showed him there's levels to this trash talking shit, and Bisping is just up there. Colby might, after watching this, it's like Colby might actually need a script, because Bisping was just coming off the cuff, just boom, boom, hitting him. Colby tried to come back. Aha, you one-eyed motherfucker. Whatever he said about Bisping's one eye. Oh, yeah? At least I'm proud of the way I look. Fucking, this one eye, you know, I don't got glasses on indoors. What are you hiding, Colby? Like, Bisping was just hitting him, coming back. But there was actually reports after that, and some people were saying, like, they were mad at Bisping. They were saying, like, that's Colby's moment, you know. You got to be professional and stuff like that. And I was just kind of surprised because I'm like, you guys remember who we're talking about here, right? We're talking about Colby Covington. Doesn't everybody hate him? Like, this is a moment where you're supposed to be like, fuck yeah, Bisping. You're getting one on Colby when no one else could. You know, this is like a rallying moment for the people that hate Colby. Like, if you disagree with him calling Brazilians filthy animals, and you disagree with him calling Kamaru Usman boy, and you disagree with him calling Ricky Pennington, and if you disagree with all the ass spoiling Star Wars, if you disagree, if you're one of those people that doesn't like that shit, then this was your moment. So it's like, who are the people that are like actually standing up like, whoa, 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 you went too hard on Colby. Like, whoa, leave Colby alone. It's like, no, no, no. Colby's been asking for ass whoopings and someone to trash talk this whole time. He's been being a McAsshat. So now we finally get Michael Bisping, someone that can stand up to Colby Covington on live TV, and Michael Bisping is getting heat for it. Literally, motherfuckers were like calling for his Fox job. Like, Bisping, whoa, bro. That's Colby's moment. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Maybe you need to be more professional when talking to Colby Covington, or you should rethink being a Fox analyst. Like, isn't this what everyone's been waiting for? Bisping's literally getting shit for giving shit to Colby Covington. For trash talking with back to Colby Covington, Bisping's getting shit. That's kind of surprising to me. And one of the people that kind of were giving Bisping a little bit of shit and just saying it was a little unprofessional was John Anik. And Bisping is responding to that. He said, he said, Colby Covington, he's Mr. Controversy. Everywhere he goes, he tries to create controversy. For crying out loud, he tweets out spoilers to the new Star Wars movies and things like that. So when he came on, the first thing he did was, fuck you guys up there on the panel, kiss my ass, you all picked me to lose. So I thought, okay, here we go. We've got Colby Covington in rare form. This is what he likes to do. So I thought maybe I'd be like a sparring partner for him. You know, Michael Bisping's in the spot, too. He's on the moment. If you're Michael Bisping, one of the most legendary trash talkers of the UFC, first thing you hear is, haha, fuck you guys, you picked me to lose. Like, okay, you know, Bisping probably kicked back into gear. You know, let's fucking go. He ain't got a fight coming up. Bisping got a chance to get some in, you know, while he's still on the desk. He probably didn't even think he was going to get this opportunity, but he's defended himself. Might have been a pride thing. He was just in the moment. But he said, I wasn't offended by anything that he said. I thought Kobe wants to have a Kobe-esque moment and create drama and controversy, and then I'll be a sparring partner with him. So I gave it back to him a little bit. He said, we all have different styles. John Anik obviously wouldn't do that, and I love John. Don't get me wrong. I'm having a bit of fun here. But we've got different styles. John wouldn't have done that, and I wouldn't go to social media to berate a colleague. We've just all got different styles. He continued and said those comments stung a little bit, talking about John Anik. He said, if you have a problem, maybe just shoot me a text. Maybe just give me some advice. Maybe say like, yo, Mike, just giving you some advice as a friend. When you're in that position, try to separate yourself as a fighter. Maybe try to guide me along. Don't say, hey, I'm hoping this motherfucker gets fired. He definitely needs to be reprimanded by Fox, and it's disgraceful, and he should be ashamed. You know, he's blowing Michael Bisping so fucking funny, bro. But he's blowing Michael Bisping's spot up. Bisping's like, bro, like, I'm new to the job. Just shoot me a text. Like, don't call for my fucking job, you know? Like, if you're just shoot me a text. Hey, buddy, next time, you know, try and separate, you know, because John Anik's been doing it for a while. He's had the commentary gig. Bisping's new to it. So you shoot him a text. Hey, maybe next time do this instead of this. But instead, John Anik, he said John Anik's like calling for his job. Like, I hope this motherfucker gets fired. He definitely needs to be reprimanded. Like, no warning for Bisping. You know what I'm saying? But to finish it off, Michael Bisping said, there's no beef. I respect John greatly. I respect him as a commentator. I respect him as a professional and as a person. I truly do. I'm just having a bit of fun with it. He said he apologized or whatever. I could care less. I'm not in the habit of trying to make enemies. I'm trying to make friends and not hold grudges against people for a silly little tweet. But he's just saying, bro, I'm new on the job. I'm one of your coworkers. If I mess up, how about you just shoot me a text and give me some advice? Don't call for my job to the public and say I definitely need to be reprimanded. Like, he didn't say, like, maybe you should be reprimanded. That's pretty funny coming from Michael Bisping. So a little bit of Michael Bisping got in a little bit of trouble for standing up to Kobe Covington. It's like, what? Come on, bro. You know how many people were waiting for that moment? Seriously? Like, they were waiting for somebody to serve. Like, it could have been Conor McGregor. It could have been Dominick Cruz. It could have been any of the Michael Bisping, any of the best trash talkers in the UFC, just to show Kobe Covington's how it's done. We finally get that moment from Michael Bisping, and he gets in trouble a little bit by some of his colleagues. This we're not going to touch too much on, though, just changing topics, though. We do have Bellator 201 coming up. Bellator. We haven't talked about Bellator in a little while. But Bellator is going to be having Bellator 201, I believe, in Rome, if I'm not mistaken. And one of their brightest heavyweight prospects, Tyrell Fortune, has booked his next fight. If you don't know about Tyrell Fortune, hell, I didn't know much about him either, but I listen to Chael Sonnen's podcast a lot. I haven't listened to really any podcast recently. Been busy doing my own thing. But I do remember that's one of the guys Chael Sonnen did used to mention and big up, you know, Tyrell Fortune. I believe he has a brother, someone else Fortune. Tyrell and someone else Fortune. Like Taiwan. I don't know the other one's name, but yeah, Tyrell Fortune, and I think he also has a brother that fights for Bellator. But keep your eye on them because I think they've got bright futures. I think they've got strong wrestling bases, and you know how that usually goes, especially for heavyweights. We see what Curtis Blades is now doing in the UFC heavyweight division, you know, just defeating Olenek and then Hunt and now Overeem, and a lot of it has to do with his high-level wrestling skills. So Tyrell Fortune's going to be fighting at Bellator 201, another big fight for the card. That definitely adds intrigue for me. But as far as that, I really think that's all of the news for today. I think that was the last topic. So other than that, man, we'll chill with the chat for a second, and then I think we're going to cut full-time MMA in the morning short for now. It's my mom's birthday. I mean, probably don't have much planned, but still, you know, do a couple things. So, yeah, man. And also, as far as the full-time family joining the chat at the end of the call, I don't think we'll be able to do that with this format today. I'm still working with this. I gotta add new scenes and shit. Like, I'll show you guys one of the things. Like, this is one of the ones I was working on for the fight companion. I still gotta add more to it. But you can see at the bottom here, we got Cowboy versus Edwards. We got the banner. Up here, we got the live fight clock at the top left over there. All the way past the screen, though. Live fight clock, I gotta still figure out how to add a timer so you'll know when I'm watching the fights, what time I'm watching. So we're going to have all of that shit, and I still got to add more scenes, right? Like, these are only the 3 I have right now. Boom. That's for the YouTube, full-time MMA in the morning, and I just changed that up a little bit. It used to be blue. I added the live sub count, sub goal, subscriber names, moved shit around a little bit. Then we got the fight companion, and then just a reaction mode, where if I was, like, watching a video on fucking YouTube, you know, we'd be watching that joint like that. So I got to add new scenes, and I'm working on all of this because did we have any lag problems today, family? If we didn't, we're in the motherfucking game. If we didn't have any lag issues, I don't even got to upgrade my internet right now. The stream never cut off during this. Bro, like, I'm going to show you guys this. Check this shit out, bro. Oh, see, I'm going to fuck up. Oh, shit. Can you guys see that? Yeah, see what I did? I fucking got thumbtacks, and I went and got a 75-foot Ethernet cord and fucking just thumbtacked that shit to my ceiling all the way back to my office from the front room. So now that cord that's hanging is plugged into my computer. So I'm not just on Wi-Fi, we're on direct connect. So we don't have to worry about as many lag issues. But yeah, man, I was fucking pushing that shit up there with thumbtacks yesterday and shit. It's pretty funny. So that's awesome, though, because now we got the bells, we got the whistles, we got all of that, and we didn't lag. So that's pretty awesome. So let's see what the full-time family's talking about real quick. Oh, snaps. Let's see, what are we going to... I guess it doesn't matter what we have it on. We could turn that off for now even, huh? Let's see what the full-time family's talking about, though. We'll just leave it on like Conor McGregor in court. Let everybody know what not to do. Don't go throw fucking dollies at buses, people. Yo, wouldn't that be a crazy Conor McGregor challenge? Full-time family. Like, what if I found, like, an abandoned bus? I would have to find, like, a fucking dolly, too. Like, I need to find an abandoned dolly in an abandoned bus, and I need to do the Conor McGregor challenge. But with no people in there. Just fucking throw a dolly at a bus. I don't know why I've got the urge. Maybe it's because I fuck with Conor. And that's what he does. I don't know. But with that being said, though, chat with the full-time family before we close down full-time MMA in the morning. Definitely a better quality stream, said Stamina MC. Woo, let's motherfucking go. I wish, and see, I don't know, where are the graphic designers in the full-time family? Because I would really love for a lot of you guys to be able to help if you wanted to in any way, like, but I don't know how to do that, incorporate more people and shit. But if there's anybody that does know how to, like, make scenes and shit, like, or just can help, hit me up in my email, like, fulltimemma1@gmail.com, because we're going to be, like, up in the quality, hopefully, for the next few years. But there's a lot of stuff I still want to be able to do, figure out and stuff like that, but it's going to take a while. You know, I'm not a graphic designer. When we started this channel, I've been figuring out so much different shit, so I'm going to have to, like, figure out a bunch of different layouts. But yeah, man, this is super fun. The Ethernet is superior to Wi-Fi, said Mad Pickin'. Hell yeah, man. That's what I was hoping for, and it worked. I had to go get a super long one, and definitely looks tacky as fuck, but it will do. You East Coast full-time, said Steakophobic. I am Central Standard Time, Midwest. Full-time, you're nuts, said Leon Dubbison. I let my nuts hang, blood. Hardwired it gamer style. Nice, bro. Now we're in the motherfucking game and we ain't cut out one time. I am a happy camper. We made it through a full-time MMA with the new format. We didn't lag. I still got shit to figure out, but I wanted to test this last night, but I was like, you know what? We're going balls deep. We're just testing it in the morning. But one thing I do realize is we lost a subscriber throughout the morning. We started off at like 6,420. Now we're down to like 6,419. You know, but that's one of the cool things about the live subscriber count. We can see when somebody decided to be a baby back bagel biting bitch boy. But we can also see when people decide not to be, so that's also cool too. Happy birthday, full-time MMA's mom. Yeah, man. Happy birthday. Hopefully this day goes good. Whew. Big drama show. Full-time MMA life. Big drama show. Trollbuster said, hey, fuckers, I'm getting ready for work. Well, what's up, brother? Good time, because we're probably about to be getting out of here sometime soon. So you're going to be getting to work. We're going to be getting to work. And if you're just here, maybe you can motherfucking listen to the stream at work if you just got here. You know, hit rewind, listen to Full-Time MMA in the morning. We talked about a lot of stuff, man. And by the way, man, I'm guessing you guys do, but you guys think this Full-Time MMA in the morning, y'all think this shit's pretty legit? Y'all like the morning show? Or, you know what I'm saying? Is that pretty dope? I think so. I think it's kind of cool. I'm actually turning into a morning person, bro. Like, I woke up at like 8 a.m. today. I'm like, oh shit, what's going on? Turning into a morning person. I feel like I'm ready for early weigh-ins. Ivan Hernandez said, good luck, bro. Amen. Phew-wee. We need to start like a motherfucking, not Love and Hip Hop, because it's a lot less love. Like a fucking family and YouTube. YouTube and family, bro. Big drama show. Someone needs to devise an after hours for the chat shizzle to continue when Full-Time gets back to the real world. Hey, bro, this is the real world. MMA is my real world. The rest of that shit, ugh, keep that shit out there. Fuck the rest of the dumb shit. Yes, but you know, yeah, that would be dope, man. You know what, Stamina MC? You just gave me a fucking amazing idea. Amazing idea, man. But if someone else doesn't start it, maybe I can potentially like assist in it, like turn one of the other channels into like a and I hate to bring up this name because I know so many people fucking hate this guy. But to be fair, he's a very popular YouTuber, and it's smart to get ideas from successful YouTubers. So I hate to bring up the name, but I'll just say Tommy Sotomayor, and I used to listen a lot more. I haven't in a long time, but I know people fucking hate that guy. But he's got this show, hear me out, where it's just for the family, right? It's called like the You Dig or something. So like I could turn one of my other channels into a situation where I can like give certain people passwords, like Forward Thinking, whoever decided they wanted to be a part of the shows. For whenever, like you said, I go back to the real world, whatever the fuck that is, like whenever I'm done with the show, then you guys can, if anybody wants to, have like a different live show, maybe like in the evening or something. Like we'll do like an evening family chat, like Full-Time MMA in the morning, Full-Time Family in the evening type shit. And the Full-Time Family is always just a Google Hangout where everybody from the very beginning talks about whatever. I think that's something that would be super dope. So let me know if you guys are down for like Full-Time Family in the evening. And I don't even have to be there for all of them. I can be there for some of them. But if you guys just want to start your own, that'd be awesome. Forward Thinking said, yo, I'm down for a quick hangout to talk about UFC 225's low buys. Now, I've only seen that reported by one person. But yeah, man, if you guys wanted to, if somebody else has like a chat, you guys can do it. You know, I'm not trying to just fucking run it, but I would just assume it'd be easier if I helped start a channel and I was in there sometimes too. But either way, man, that's something we can talk about really fast. I didn't want to touch on that because for one, right now, it's only been reported by the LA Times, I believe, and second, I just don't understand that shit. And I don't want to fucking sound stupid, but UFC 225 is low pay-per-view buys. Alright, let's pull that up real fast before we get out of here. UFC 225. Low pay-per-view buys. But they're saying like 150,000? This doesn't make any sense. Was there another event this night? This was the most stacked card of the fucking year. But it didn't have a Conor McGregor or a Ronda Rousey or a John Jones. Are you fucking telling me we have to have a Conor McGregor, a John Jones, or a Ronda Rousey to sell any pay-per-views? Because this is really fucking stupid. Like, this disappoints me as a UFC fan, as an MMA fan. This is fucking disheartening because this was one of the most stacked fucking cards of the year from top to bottom. And, like, no one gives a fuck. Like, clearly the rest of the world is missing out on this sport. because this is all of our favorite. This is the greatest sport in the fucking planet, MMA. It's moving to ESPN now. Maybe that's going to help. But for UFC 225 to do 150,000 pay-per-views, it doesn't make sense for one. And for two, it's disheartening because we can pull up the fucking... I'm literally on the inside a little depressed looking at these reports. Like, seriously. Like, a feeling of depression is inside right now. Like, I don't know what the fuck to think about this anymore. And I know I'm just a prisoner at the moment, but I just... For UFC 225 to sell, not even crack 200,000 pay-per-views, and that's with a fucking shit show like CM Punk on there? Like, you would think the whole fucking reason you're bringing CM Punk through is because he's going to sell like 200,000 pay-per-views himself. What? We don't even crack 200,000? If you take the CM Punk fight off of that card should sell more than this. Like, just fucking seriously. Fucking, alright. I'm kind of disgusted with this. Like, I don't know, man. What the fuck? Look at this card, bro. Like, the early Fight Pass prelims. You've got Benavidez versus Pettis, Guida versus Oliveira, Evans versus Smith. Those are all three literally good fights. I don't care who you are. You can be a casual fan, and these are fucking good fights. Ricardo Lamas versus Bektik, Gadea versus Sparza, Overeem versus Blades. These fucking 6 fights right here are a Fox Sports 1 card, including main and co-main. Like, literally, these fucking cards right here, these fights right here are solid. Now when you add the pay-per-view, and you put Arlovsky on there, Tai Tuivasa's still an up-and-comer, not as big of a star, big of a name. You put Megan Anderson versus Holly Holm on there, you got fucking Holly. Kobe Covington's on there. Clearly, you ain't selling, buddy. Not yet. Clearly, Kobe's not selling yet. Because you couldn't even help CM Punk push this shit to 200,000. Whitaker, he clearly ain't selling. To have all of these fucking fighters on this one card and sell under 200,000 pay-per-views is very fucking concerning for me. It's disheartening and all of the above. You even had CM Punk take a pay-per-view spot over Overeem. Remember what Dana said? Whenever Overeem starts selling as many pay-per-views as CM Punk, we'll talk. Clearly CM ain't fucking selling like that. This should have been close to 1 million fucking pay-per-view buys. On paper. Maybe not 1 million. Maybe, okay, John Jones versus DC, 800,000 with 3 title fights. But somewhere 500,000. 500,000 fucking pay-per-view. Are you kidding me? Holly Holm, 2 title fights. You got Covington, who's been making waves. CM Punk's on the card. Overeem on paper, this card was insane. So for this to tank on pay-per-views, I don't know what the fuck that means. I don't know what the fuck that means. That shit is crazy. Steakophobic said, I bought it. Bro, this is a card I didn't because I'm broke. I couldn't buy Conor McGregor versus DS3 tomorrow. But I would, like, if it's worth it, I'll tell you I would have bought it. This is a card I would have bought in a heartbeat. Compared to every single pay-per-view this year, this is not even close to the best. I would have bought this in a heartbeat. But it looks like nobody, I don't know. I'm literally, see, he said, yanking my damn, me too, bought. This card right here, bro, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Maybe people haven't woke up this year to the UFC, the casual fan. There should be more hardcore fans than 150,000 that bought this card. This is confusing to me. Where's the report? Like, is this a legit report? It says, despite a strong lineup, early reports suggest UFC 2. And maybe this has something to do with it, and I could be completely wrong, but, like, this card has so many aspects where it could have done well. Does somebody know this? Do Australian fans have to buy pay-per-views? Or is it one of the situations where they get it on, like, BT Sport, so it's free, or wherever they get it? Because if Australian fans have to buy pay-per-views, you would think you sold 150,000 just in fucking Australia. You got Tai Tuivasa, Megan Anderson, and Robert Whittaker, all 3 Australian fighters, on one pay-per-view. It's not like you're getting any of that shit for free. So if you're an Australian MMA fan, you're buying the pay-per-view literally just to support Tuivasa, Anderson, and Whittaker. They ain't even got 150,000? Bro, that shit is madness. Cholo Wangster in the building. His message, I'm not even gonna, I'm not even gonna look. Usually I like to look at their deleted messages, but I know my boys are on it. The motherfucking full-time family hit your ass in the head with the motherfucking wrench. Bow! Bow! Out of there. Out of there. Arpit Singh said UFC is dying, and that's what's unfortunate, man. How to permanently remove a sad troll? I don't know that yet. Maybe I can, block him from the channel. I think I might be able to do that. He was timed out for 300 seconds. I'll check it out afterward. But, yo, that might be a thing, man. It literally, what it's looking at to me, and I don't think the UFC's dying. I don't know why. I can't believe the UFC is dying. And it's not just because they moved to ESPN, but literally, there's a lot more casual fans today. Like, now, there's literally a motherfucker's grandma, even if, she's clearly not a fan, she doesn't keep up with the sport day to day, but a motherfucker's grandma knows who Conor McGregor is. They know who Ronda Rousey is. My mom couldn't tell you who fucking Holly Holm was, but she's heard the name Conor McGregor. There's a lot of people who are casual as fuck. I'm not even talking about, the microwave casual. The microwave was like, who's that Tuivasa guy? I kind of want to watch his fight, too. I'm not even talking about that kind of casual. I'm talking about people that don't know shit about mixed martial arts. They at least know what the UFC is today. They know at least one name. So I feel like the sport's kind of been growing. Maybe not, though, with these pay-per-view numbers, because this doesn't make sense. I don't even think there was, a boxing fight on that night. Sometimes the UFC competes with, UFC 224, Nunes versus Pennington. They were competing with a big boxing fight. I think they were competing with Lomachenko. Here, who are you guys competing with? Mayweather ain't fighting. Triple G ain't fighting. Who the fuck's fighting? Jeff Horn or somebody? You know what I'm saying? Who's competing with the UFC? Were they competing maybe the finals? Was that on this night? I don't know what's up with these, but these UFC 225 numbers are fucking scary, bro. These are scary. Arpit Singh said, let's have a Google Hangout. Yeah, if you guys want to do that, I mean, I don't know what channel you guys we'll put it on for right now. Maybe I'll come back in an hour or so on the second channel, and we'll turn that into the full-time family channel. That might be something I think is actually something we can do if you guys are interested. Maybe full-time MMA in the morning, full-time family in the evening, something like that. But yeah, that would be on another channel, and I'd have to figure out how it's done to be able to give you guys passwords to be able to stream whenever you want. So if you want me to help with the Google Hangout, then yeah, it'll have to be later on today or tomorrow. But if you guys just want to do your own Google Hangout, Thug Dizzle, will make sure you guys do that. You know what I'm saying? Can't work with the software he's using now, said Stamina MC. That's interesting. I see we got the Squeak Squad coming in, the motherfucking Stewie on 100 accounts. I see you, my dude. Leon Doubleson said, well, you said it right there, full-time. Those said fighters are no longer active in the company and haven't been for a while now. Exactly. That's what I wanted to touch on. Conor McGregor, Ronda Rousey, John... damn, man, that makes it feel like this is really just a superstar-driven league. And this isn't even a star-driven league, it looks like. Maybe that's why the UFC was so, amped to cut Yair Rodriguez. Bro, if you're not a Conor McGregor or a Ronda Rousey, you ain't doing shit. You ain't selling pay-per-views or nothing. Because this card is stacked. You even got the CM Punk shit show on this joint, on the pay-per-view. You got 3 Australian fighters on here. I thought, okay, and this is just the business mind and me thinking, yo, okay, you know, look, people don't even look at it this way. This is just me on some business shit that probably don't matter to the UFC fans. I'm like, okay, you know, as far as selling pay-per-views is concerned, the UFC is smart as fuck. You got like 3 Australian fighters on the pay-per-view, so that really, if you're from the entire continent of Australia, you're probably buying this pay-per-view just to support these fighters. Then you got Colby Covington and Mike Jackson. You know, they're probably all the WWE fans, they probably know who Colby is at this point, so they might fucking buy this shit not only to support CM Punk, but to check out Colby Covington. You got Rafael Dos Anjos, got Brazil on his shoulders. They're probably tuning in to watch Colby lose. Like, I felt like this event was fucking a huge success. It should have been. I felt like you got Brazil watching this joint just to see Colby lose and RDA win. You even got Holly Holm. You know, for the casual fans, the Ronda Rousey killer, you know, a lot of them know who Holly Holm is. So you got Holly Holm here, 3 Australians. You got Brazil tuning in to say fuck Covington and root for RDA. You know, I'm looking at all of this going on. You got the rest of the card fucking stacked. I'm looking at this like this is a fucking success. I didn't even think that this card could bomb. It didn't even cross my mind. And so for this to bomb, that's really fucking scary. It's a scary time for a UFC fan. You know, it's a great time as far as if you're actually a fan. If you actually know what's going on, this shit is amazing right now. A lot of the shit going on is fucking dope. You know, in multiple divisions. It's fun. It's a great time to be an MMA fan. This card was amazing. If you were watching, if you knew what the fuck's going on, this shit is amazing right now. So I don't see how it can just be so much of a dud. UFC 226 is coming up. On paper, that card's not as good as this card. Now, there's Slugfest if you know the sport, but if my fucking brother or someone else just looks at UFC 226, all they know is DC versus Stipe. I mean, they might know Max Holloway. They definitely don't know Brian Ortega. Maybe some casual fans do, but he's just now getting on a lot of people's radar with his win over Frankie Edgar. Other than that, you got Ngannou versus Lewis. But when you're talking about Mike Perry versus Yancy Medeiros, Uriah Hall versus Paulo Costa, Gokhan Saki versus Khalil Roundtree, those for us are all fucking bangers. All those fights, like, that's the night of the slugfest. UFC 226 is like the night of the slugfest. It's going to be an amazing night of actual fights. But on paper, that card is not even as good as this one. If you're talking about fucking Overeem versus Blades on the prelims, Gadea versus Esparza, Lamas versus Bektik, Benavidez versus Pettis, like, on paper, all of those are bigger fights. If you're talking about rankings, all of these are bigger fights. Number 5 versus number 1, number 6 versus number 3, number 2 versus like number 4, number 11 versus like number 7 right here. There were some serious ranking implications on these fights, as well as what I felt like bigger names of the sport. Like, all hardcore fans know all of these people. Every single hardcore fan knows. If you're a hardcore fan, these are the only 2 fights you might not have known. Mike Santiago versus Dan Ige and Rashad Coulter versus Chris De La Rocha. But if you're a hardcore fan, you know about Guida versus Oliveira. You know Pettis versus Benavidez. You know Rashad Evans versus Anthony Smith. Literally all of these fights you know about, and you probably care about a lot of them. So to only sell 150,000 pay-per-views for UFC 225 is really concerning, disheartening. I don't even know what to say about that shit, but yeah, it's crazy. Stewie needs adult supervision, says Uncle Hank. Bro, he needs a motherfucking life, to be honest. But it is what it is, bro. Shout out to Stewie, the motherfucking mad lurker. I ain't even mad at him. I know he wants my attention. It's crazy, bro. I'll be watching Felony Charles Bennett stream. This nigga will be over there. Squeak, squeak. Where's full time? Full time. Full. Like, god damn, bro. I ain't even showed up in the chat yet. You don't even know if I'm hearing you calling my damn name. And then I heard there was also some fucking trolls trying to start shit with Coach, too. Somebody, and it's Stewie. Literally fucking Stewie. He be going over there on his other accounts, full-time toilet cleaner and all of these other accounts, and like, hey, Coach, full-time was trolling you. Like, he literally is trying to start shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I won't give him attention, so he's trying to do whatever he can to get me to react. He's just having a little bit of fun. Uncle Hank, how was Squeaky even conceived with your narrow urethra? That's what I was about to say, Uncle Hank. That seems like one of Stewie's fucking names, to be honest. I've seen that Uncle Hank name. I think he's at UFC, or one of Stewie's other accounts. I knew 90% of the fighters on the UFC 225. Great card, bro. I'm telling you, this is an amazing card. Do you even know what the squeak shit even is or means? Yeah, you guys want to hear where this... And it's literally retarded, right? But I'll break it down for you. So, for one, he just started saying it out of nowhere. I don't know when it came, but he's a fan of the channel. I'll use the name MMA Trolls. He's a fan of that channel, right? And so for one, those guys, you know, they started getting amped up whenever he went on Twitter and said some shit like, oh, full time's the Carlos Mencia of MMA channels, you know, because he got mad I passed him in views in a short time. Whatever the reason is, it's like, clearly, if I'm copying you, wouldn't your views be higher than mine? Like, shouldn't you be copying me? But either way, right? So, they do live fight companions and stuff like that. So I'm on Twitter. I start seeing myself get tagged and like, what's going on here? So that's when I made that video not too long ago where I'm like exposing a talentless YouTuber. That's where that situation came from. But what's interesting is the squeak thing. I think it comes from the felony, but he was saying it before this. But felony Charles Bennett was on a live stream and he went to Walmart and he was like trolling the employees. He was like pretending to be retarded, like. Let's just say this fucking water bottle is Walmart security, and I'm felony Charles Bennett. Well, he was like, hey, you know, security, or not even security, it's an employee. He's trying to find where the scales are in the store, but he's pretending like he can't talk. So he's like, hey, and the Walmart employee's like, what are you trying to say? But felony's trolling him, and so he's trying to, like, point, like, you know, and so, like, are you trying to say where's the scales? He's like, yeah. You know, so he was trolling him to be, you know, just being fun on the live stream. Well, then they start watching Felony in Walmart, you know, like they normally do if you kind of look homeless or something, you know, where you look broke, they think you're going to steal. So there's like secret super security in there, and they're in plain clothes. Well, they start following Felony Charles Bennett through the Walmart, you know, for whatever reason. So Felony decides to call him out. Hey, why are you following me, bro? He's like, oh, I'm not following you. You know, some shit like that. He's like, no, yeah, you are. So they start talking back and forth. Quit following me, bro. I'm not following you, but I ain't going to quit doing whatever I'm doing. Now I am following you. So now you got Walmart security and Felony Charles Bennett and a little back and forth. And he's like, how about you just leave the store? Felony's like, all right, bro, I'm leaving, but you better not touch me type shit. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I'll touch you. Wait till we get outside. Felony, you know, so it's starting to get real situation. But they're still in the store. And the security guards decides to smack, because he sees Felony's recording, he's on the live, he decides to smack Felony's fucking phone out of his hand. Now, if you're a arena cop, a security guard, you just crossed the line, you probably shouldn't have did that. And on top, he don't even know who he's dealing with yet. He don't even know it's a professional fighter. He's just an overzealous security cop who's trying to fucking abuse his power. So I see that, and I'm like, yo, this motherfucker literally just slapped Felony Charles Bennett's phone out of his hand. Felony picks his phone up like, oh, my phone's broke now. You know, I've been a big supporter of Felony Charles Bennett for a while, even against people's good advice. Like, hey, man, leave this guy alone. He's crazy. He does this. He did. I'm like, you know, I'm just, you know, at first I just wanted the first interview, one of the first pro fighters I ever interviewed. But also, he reminds me a lot of, like, my dad in his worst days, you know. My dad used to do extracurricular activities, wink, wink, drugs, you know, similar to Felony Charles Bennett. People don't always understand, you know, I didn't know everything about Felony at the point, but I was just looking at that kind of like, you know, I knew people like him. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of resonated with me, so I like chilling and hanging over there in the channel, see what's going on sometimes. But when I saw that Walmart shit go on, dude slapped the phone out of his hand, I recorded it and I put it up on my second channel, like MMA fighter, you know, because I wanted it to go viral so Feldy could potentially, and I know it might not help, but he was talking about, you know, he needs it for sure. He definitely needs a lawsuit. But I'm like, if nobody sees this happen, then you ain't really going to have a lawsuit on your hands, even if it was the case. Because I did feel like the dude was in the wrong. I feel like, yo, like, for one, you put your hands on him inside the store, you broke his phone and shit like that. I get it. You thought he was whatever the fuck, and you were angry, taking your job too serious, but that's still not cool if you work for fucking Walmart to slap someone's phone out of their hand and break their shit. So I posted it on my second channel, and turns out Felony looked at that as I was trying to fuck the lawsuit up, right? Like, oh, you're saying that I trolled the security. No, I'm telling the full fucking story. You did troll the security guard, but that doesn't give him a reason to slap your phone out of your hand. Or you did troll a Walmart employee. That's 100% facts. If you go to a fucking lawsuit and they pull their security camera up, they're going to have the picture of you to the employee pretending to be retarded and stuff like that. So I'm putting it out there unbiased. Like, yeah, he trolled a Walmart employee, but this overzealous fucking rent-a-cop put his hands on felony inside the store. So that, I'm trying to bring awareness to the situation. But he looked at that as like, trying to fuck his situation up. So that's added to the squeak narrative. Like, oh, look, you're squeaking on felony now. But before that, they were already saying it. And what happened was there was a channel, like I told you, they do like live streams, like fight companions. That's exactly what it is. They do fight companions where, well, that's where Stewie comes from. That's like his favorite channel, I'm assuming, because that's where he comes from, and he's never calling them a fucking snitch, even though that's all literally they have done it, and that's what I'm about to explain, which is why this whole squeak thing is literally fucking retarded, because they do fight companions. There's another YouTube channel, and their name was Food Fights Live, and they were doing a fight companion. Well, you can imagine if you're doing a fight companion and someone else is doing a fight companion, you might get a little salty because you feel like they're taking everything you work for, motherfucker, even though Joe Rogan was probably doing it before you, right? So, the Food Fights Live people did a fight companion, but on their deal, they were actually showing the fights in the background. Like, they weren't showing them on your screen, but in the background, they had TVs on the wall where you could actually watch the fights. So the MMA trolls literally get on Twitter, they tag the FBI, they tag the UFC, and they tag one other person, like some copyright person. And they're like, so this person is blatantly copying UFC material, and it was just a big picture, FBI federal warning, copyright will not be tolerated, you'll be fined. So they literally tagged the UFC, tagged the fucking copyright people, tagged the FBI, and then tagged Food Fights Live. Like, these people are showing the fights. So if you're talking about squeaking, if you're talking about snitching, I literally scrolled through my Twitter timeline and seen the fucking FBI, anti-copyright, MMA trolls. Hey, why can these guys watch the actual fights on their fight companion? FBI. So, like, literally fucking snitching. So that's why I joke with Stewie all the time. Like, yeah, squeak, squeak, motherfucker, your favorite people. You clearly don't have that much of a problem about it. So, so that's where Stewie, and then also I gave Stewie some attention. And I think that's the real problem here, aside from all the felony shit, all the other YouTube channel shit. This dude literally, like, doesn't have much of a life, so he doesn't get much attention. So whenever I started giving him attention, like, oh, what up, Stewie? And, started toying with him a little bit. He's like, oh, my God, if I keep going, Full-Time will keep responding to me. So now I'm going to make Full-Time Toilet Cleaner. Then I'm going to make Full-Time Toilet Cleaner 2. Then I'm going to make Watermelon and Chicken. Then I'm going to make Darth fucking Bane. Then I'm going to make Stewie Griffin. 100 YouTube accounts. And so right now he's just having a little fun. But he's pretty dedicated, I'll tell you that much. UFC Badass said Crazy Horse should be put down like a dog, lol. I don't know about that, but you do have a point as far as, if there was a dog just out here, like, on the loose like that, that could very well happen. But at the same time, we're talking about humans here and not dogs. So Kevin Weasley said MMA trolls, yeah, those are the ones that tagged the feds. And that's where Stewie actually comes from. And they, like, literally tagged the FBI and the copyright just to get this other channel that had like 500. They only had like 500 subscribers, bro. And they weren't even on his level when he was tagging the feds. But Stewie, who's a fan of that channel, says squeak in my comments. It's like, what, bro? I'm not the one that tagged the feds. Appreciate the detailed reply. As fucking stupid as it ultimately is, said Stamina MC. Yeah, man. I described it or explained it a little bit in the video when I said, like, I was talking to the MMA trolls, because it's like when they tagged me on Twitter and they were talking about fucking the Carlos Mencia of YouTube MMA channels. What the fuck are you talking about? Crazy Horse versus Mike Jackson. Bellator, make it happen. Forward Thinking has got a plan. At 155, we were already talking about Mike Jackson versus Artem. Fuck it, throw Felony in there, and it's going to be a closer fight. Artem's going to steamroll him. All right, Yankee My Doodle said, absolutely damn, I gotta unsubscribe to them lames. Hey man, if you want to unsubscribe, I don't blame you. I'm not subscribed over there, but they definitely tagged the feds and called me the Carlos Mencia of YouTube MMA channels. I don't know. You guys let me know. Let me, like, is there any other YouTube channel that like does the shit I do? And they might do one thing, but I do a lot of different shit, right? A lot of different shit. And it's the prediction. I mean, we could literally go on and on, but I already talked about that in a separate video, so it's not that serious. But hey, man, it is what it is. But with all of that being said, though, we can look at this if you guys want. I guess we can look at this upcoming. What would you guys rather look at first? This next Tuesday Night Contender Series. You probably don't know much of those people, but there's not. I was gonna say, or the Leon Edwards versus Donald Cerrone fight card. We could look at that. That's coming up. That fight card. I don't want to do early predictions or anything yet. Actually, I might as well. You guys want to do early predictions for this? Because the fight card's set, so I'll probably do my actual predictions soon anyways. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of fights on here that I don't even know a bunch of these guys. So I'll do my early predictions on the main card. Because these, yeah, and these fights are going to be at like 4 in the morning, bro. 3:30 a.m. is when this card starts, my time. 4:30 a.m. Eastern. So wake up at 7 a.m. We're going to be fucking around and doing a full-time MMA in the morning fight companion for this card. But you got Teruto Ishihara versus Peter Yan. Peter Yan, I don't know much about him, but I've heard about him. Like, I've seen an article. Peter Yan's making his UFC debut, but it's against Mr. I Love My Beaches. I have to look up Peter Yan. I want to do a prediction on this fight real quick because I actually want to see Mr. I Love My Beaches. Peter Yan? MMA? No, that's not how you spell his name. That's how, okay. Peter. So he's coming over here. 3-fight win streak in the ACB. So he could very well be a very talented Russian grappler dude over here. Taking on Teruto Ishihara. So it's hard to know his level of competition, but the ACB ain't fucking around, though. So he just beat a dude that was fucking 11-1 when they fought. So he's not fighting scrubs. Peter Yan fought another undefeated guy. So yeah, I like to see that, man. When someone comes to the UFC and their strength of schedule isn't just easy. Look, the only guy he lost to right here, he came back and picked up the W over him. So he lost a split decision and re-picked up the W. Oh, he's fighting beast, bro. Look at the win streaks of the guys he's fighting. Peter Yan is over here fighting savages in the ACB, bro. I'll fuck around and pick Peter Yan in this fight. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, when you see somebody beating guys, like, that's Humberto Bandenet. When he made his UFC debut, his picture was blacked out and all type of shit. But I picked him to win his fight because this is the type of research I did. I fucking went and I seen his competition. And I see, like, when he fought him, like, what you'll see sometimes is they come to the UFC, like, in their strength of competition isn't as high, or they were fighting guys that were like 5-5, or guys that were like 4-3. So whenever I click on him, on some guy, he might be making his UFC debut, but this guy's probably fucking 5-4, sometimes 20-20. You know, so they're not always the best. But over here, Peter Yan. Now Peter Yan, the dudes he's fighting. I didn't see a Peter Yan lost there, but the dudes Peter Yan is fighting are all solid. Look, 13-4, 12-1, 12-1. Peter Yan's about to come over here and make a motherfucking name off Mr. I Love My Beaches. Don't see, that's the motherfucking research that kills, that pays the bills right there. That's the type of shit where you get full-time fake money bankroll going and you fuck around and you're up to like $5,000 when you started off with $500. So really you like 10 times your fake money, even though it ain't real money, so you can't spend it even if you need to, but you still got potential. And you know, maybe one day we're going to be living in Vegas betting real money, and I'm going to be betting on Peter Yan, and I'm going to be telling y'all then, I tried to tell you motherfuckers, just do the research or fuck with your boy Big Full Time, but all I'm saying is fuck with Peter Yan versus Teruto Ishihara. So Yeah, I'm picking Peter Yan in that fight. I'll tell you that much. I didn't even know who he was before that. My motherfucking dog, Li Jingliang. That's another guy I picked to win a fight not too long ago, and he did pretty good after doing the research. But he's taking on Daichi Abe. Li Jing, I believe, is coming off his first loss in a while. Yeah, look at your boy with the MMA knowledge. Li Jingliang lost that fight to Jake Matthews. That's the fight, if you recall. There were some nasty eye gouges. But before that, he was on a 4-fight winning streak. That's the one I picked him to win, I believe, versus Zach Atto. But either way, he was on a 4-fight winning. Ling Jingling, don't get him fucked up, bro. He knocks dudes out. Knocked out Diego Lima, lost to Kita Nakamura, but then knocked out 2 more dudes, knocked out 3 dudes in his last 5 fights. So he's definitely got KO power. I fucks with Li Jingliang. He wasn't able to beat the talented wrestler Jake Matthews, but I don't know if Daichi Abe's coming in here looking to wrestle him. Nope. Daichi Abe's summary is a stand-up fighter. He's coming off a loss to Luke Jamo and a win over Hung Yu Lim. Off the top of my head, there's probably something to this fight that I'm missing because right now it's looking, I'm not doing my official predictions, and I haven't went to Sherdog yet. But as of right now, it looks like Li Jingliang is going to be walking away with this fight because it's a welterweight fight. Li Jingliang is more experienced. They're about the same age. He's a little younger than Li Jingliang. Li Jingliang, more experienced, definitely more UFC experience. He's beat high-level guys, knocked out UFC guys. So, yeah, I'm going with Li Jingliang. But maybe when I'm doing my actual research, I'll run across some type of shit like Daichi Abe fucking beat this guy twice already in the amateurs, and now he's coming to do it again. Like, I don't know the details yet, but first look, I got my boy Ling Jingliang. Damn, man. I don't like this fight. Jessica Eye versus Jessica Rose Clark. I don't like this fight because I'm a big fan of Jessica Rose Clark, and not a big fan. Like, I'm not a fucking fanatic. But she's one of my newer favorite fighters in the female strawweight division, flyweight division, 125 pounds. Her UFC debut, is the first fight I ever saw from her, and that's when she turned me into a fan, low-key. It was a fight versus Bec Rawlings. They were both fighting in Australia, like they had been friends before the fight. Like there was talks of like, not friends, like best friends, but, they were cordial before the fight. But coming into the fight, you could not tell. Don't tell Jessica Rose Clark these girls were friends or cordial or anything. She was in there throwing with fucking intent, with vicious intent. I just heard her style of fighting versus Bec Rawlings made me a fan. I was like, yo, Jessica Rose Clark just turned this into a super fun fight. I didn't expect this. She won a split decision. It was her UFC debut. She may have even taken a short notice against Bec Rawlings, but she came over there and had a really fun fight, looked good in the fight. And then her next fight, of course, was versus Paige VanZant. The win there was outshined a little bit because Paige VanZant broke her arm in the fight, which was what dominated the headlines. Paige VanZant continued to fight even with the broken arm. But really, Jessica Rose Clark was beating her before that point. Jessica Rose Clark, so she had another good performance against a bigger name, Paige VanZant. Now, though, she looked good in both of those fights. Super solid UFC, entered the UFC with big wins over Bec Rawlings and Paige VanZant. But the problem with this fight and why I don't like it, I feel like skill-wise, Jessica Rose Clark might have the edge, But size-wise, and I think that does matter, Jessica Eye is coming down from bantamweight, and she feels like flyweight's her natural weight class. And her UFC record, I'm going to warn you, doesn't look amazing. But it's because she hasn't been fighting at a natural weight class, right? She was on a 4-fight losing streak at 135. But now she's at 125. She's not at 135 anymore. So, yeah, she probably couldn't hang with the girls at 135. But now she's at least fighting at her natural weight class. So the size disadvantage probably isn't going to be there for her. So that's why I like the fight. I'm into the fight, but I just feel like the person I'm rooting for has a serious chance to lose, and you don't want to see someone you're rooting for lose a fight. So this is a fight where I'm probably going to be rooting for Jessica Rose Clark just because I'm a low-key fan, but I don't know if she's going to win. Jessica Eye, she fought Kalindra Faria. I believe this was her first fight at strawweight, and she didn't look amazing. It was a split decision, so Jessica Rose Clark could actually still win this fight, but Kalindra Faria, she's pretty experienced, but not as far as the UFC is concerned. So, actually, man, considering this was Jessica Ai's first fight at 125, and it was a split decision, I'll probably go with Jessica Rose Clark to win the fight still. But when I first heard about this, you hear about Jessica Ai talking about how this is her natural weight class, and she did win her first fight, but she didn't look amazing against Kalindra Faria, who doesn't have any UFC wins, but she is still experienced though. So we'll see how this fight goes. I definitely got my eye on this fight, and I'll be watching it for sure. Jessica Rose Clark versus Jessica Ai. I'm giving the nod to my girl Jessie Jess Rose Clark, man. Fuck the bullshit. Let's go. Let's go, Jessie Jess. And then we got Ovin St. Preux versus Tyson Pedro. Tyson Pedro looking to pick up another W for the Tui Shui squad. Tyson Pedro and Shui Vasa. Is that disrespectful, calling him Shui Vasa? His name is Tui Vasa. He hits the Shui. I'm just combining them. I don't know. Does that come off disrespectful when I call him Shui Vasa? Either way, you get the point. Ovin St. Preux and Tyson Pedro. But Tyson Pedro does a podcast, I believe, with Tai Tuivasa. Both entertaining personalities. They both fought on the same card, if I'm not mistaken. They both fought in Perth last time. Now they're fighting after each other. Tai Tuivasa just fought at UFC 225. He's coming next at UFC Singapore. Full-Time Toilet Cleaner, the remix. Damn, bro, I'm over here just chatting it up about MMA, and we got Stewie going full hard in this joint. That's how you know it's Stewie. This guy. God. I don't even want to laugh because he knows I enjoy it, but at the same time, he just doesn't quit. He's so dedicated or devoted. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird to know that little old me, just a fucking weird broke-ass nigga in the basement doing this YouTube shit, has somebody that devoted. That is really fucking weird, bro. But hey, it is what it is. That troll getting sniped real quick. Hell yeah, motherfucking, who was it? MMA Addict came and hit him with that wrench. Back! Back! He's gone. Alright, but Tyson Pedro versus Ovin St. Preux, man. This is going to be a good fight. OSP, he's coming off of... Was he on the receiving end of that head kick KO? Oh, yeah, Ilir Latifi. I think he just fought Ilir Latifi, if I'm not mistaken. Ovin St. Preux just fought Ilir Latifi, first round submission. Oh, I think that one was like that standing guillotine where he put him to sleep, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I remember he put him to sleep in that fight. But before that, Corey Anderson, man, working his way back up. He had wins over Rogerio de Lima. He also had a win over Okami and also Corey Anderson. So, OSP, man, he's going to be looking to get back on track in this fight. I got to admit, man, after that Ilir Latifi fight, it didn't as much say anything bad about OSP as it said good about Latifi to me. Ilir Latifi is a motherfucking savage and also a new face in the top 5 of the light heavyweight division. I can't wait to see Ilir Latifi's next fight, actually. But, I mean, as far as Ovin St. Preux, yeah, he got choked, but Ovin St. Preux is still a very talented fighter. He can knock you out. He can submit you. He can out-wrestle you. Don't get OSP fucked up, man. This is just the light heavyweight division, and it's a game of inches. Anybody can get put to sleep in this division, but OSP is still one of the most talented fighters in the division and always will be, for one, because it's not the most stacked division, and for two, he's well-rounded. We've seen him choke guys out with the fucking Von Preux or the St. Preux choke. We damn near rename it. We've seen him get submissions. We've seen him knock dudes out. We've seen him out-wrestle guys. Is he the best at each? Probably not, but he's talented and skilled at all. So OSP's a guy you can never count out, and he's always going to be a big win as far as I'm concerned. So if Tyson Pedro's able to beat Ovin St. Preux, it will be the biggest win of his career, for sure. He's got wins over Paul Craig, Khalil Roundtree Jr., and most recently Saparek Saparov with the first-round submission. And his only UFC loss comes to Ilir Latifi. So both of these guys' most recent losses came to Ilir Latifi. This is a tough fight to call, man. Really tough fight to call. Tyson Pedro's going to have the momentum coming in, but I feel like OSP is probably the more experienced, and I would give the edge off the top of my head to OSP. He might even be more well-rounded, definitely more experienced. But Tyson Pedro's only 26, though. Holy shit, he's definitely still got a future in the light heavyweight division. Tyson and Tui are both very young. Holy shit. They're both like 26, 27 years old. They're going to be in the UFC for a while. So get used to Tyson Pedro and Tuivasa. You might want to start listening to the podcast now because that joint's probably not going around for a while. But off the top of my head, man, I'm leaning toward OSP. That's just where I'm leaning right now. This isn't my official predictions. OSP fought Ilir Latifi more recently, and that doesn't mean anything. But his strength of schedule, I mean, he's fought higher level guys, more UFC experience. But when Tyson Pedro lost to Ilir Latifi, he was taken down 4 times. OSP's definitely got the potential to take Tyson down as well. Tyson's got the jiu-jitsu, but he's more of a boxing jiu-jitsu guy, it says in his summary, and that's from his, the horse's mouth. Usually, I believe the fighter picks their fighter summary. But Australia isn't necessarily known for having the highest level wrestlers in the world that come out of there. The high level guys you see, the Yoel Romeros, the Chris Weidmans, the OSPs, like the very talented wrestlers. Now, Robert Whittaker, of course, is a savage. But as far as this fight's concerned, I might be giving the nod to OSP. But if Tyson Pedro could get the W, that would be fucking huge. I wouldn't even be mad at that. I think this would be the biggest win of his career if Tyson Pedro could beat OSP in this fight. But he's a little young, a little green, I feel like. But at the same time, like I said earlier, this is a light heavyweight division, game of inches. If Tyson Pedro catches you in a submission, or if he fucking catches you, hits you on the button with 205 pound, a 205 pound fighter, the heavier it goes, the more chance you have of just being clipped, regardless of skill. If you're in a heavyweight fight with Greg Hardy, he's only got 1 pro fight, but if he catches you, good fucking night. Take that down 1 notch and you're at light heavyweight. You don't look at a flyweight like, oh man, if he catches you, but a motherfucking big ass dude, a light heavyweight, a heavyweight, you know what the fuck goes down. So anything can happen in this fight. Tyson Pedro has finished all of his UFC wins, 2 of those by submission. He might have the jiu-jitsu advantage over OSP. Very realistic possibility. Even though I don't know their belting levels. I don't know if OSP is like a black belt or a brown belt and or Tyson's like a blue belt or whatever belt. So definitely a great fight for the night. I don't know who's going to win off the top of my head. Right now I'm giving the edge toward OSP. But I love this fight, man. If Tyson Pedro can win, it will be huge. He'll move to 4-1 in his UFC career with the win over OSP. But after that, it's going to be time for Tyson Pedro to start fighting even more savages. If you get past OSP, who's a straight fucking killer, ain't nothing ahead of you but more killers. So we'll see what happens in this fight, man. Fucking amazing fight, low-key co-main event of UFC Singapore. Of course, the main event, Donald Cerrone and Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards coming off of that fucking 5th round TKO decision, whatever it was. It was a TKO, scored a TKO. There was literally 1 second left in the fight. Could have went to a decision. Referee did Leon Edwards a little bit of a favor, though, and stopped the fight with 1 second left to go. Definitely didn't do Peter Sabata a favor, right? I've been surviving this long. 1 more second. Now I lost by KO, TKO. Thanks, ref. Fucking thanks. You could have counted to 60, bro. That's all I'm saying. But Leon Edwards, 4-fight win streak, 5-fight winning streak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's 7-2 in the UFC. Only 2 losses coming to Kamaru Usman and Claudio Silva. Split decision to Claudio Silva. Kamaru Usman a dominant performance. But to be fair, Kamaru Usman dominates a lot of the guys he faces. And Leon Edwards has wins over very talented fighters. He's got wins over Dominic Waters, Albert Tumanov, Vicente Luque, Brian Barberina, and most recently Peter Sabata. So he's got some impressive names on his resume, but he's going to be taking on Cowboy Cerrone. Leon Edwards only 26 years old, so definitely got a lot of room to grow in the welterweight division. Still very young, experienced, even in the UFC. So Leon Edwards definitely is a very talented fighter for sure. He's been beating high-level guys. But has he been beating enough guys for me to say that he can beat Donald Cerrone? He definitely hasn't fought a guy like Donald Cerrone before. As far as somebody as experienced as Donald Cerrone, as far as striking is concerned, you might even give that to Donald Cerrone here. But at the same time, who knows? Who knows, man? This is just a first quick look. Striking Leon Edwards, that might even be just his game. But I've seen him, to be fair, Leon Edwards has showed some wrestling in his fights, man. He's not just a striker. He's well-rounded. So, but at the same time, when he lost to Kamaru, he was taken down 6 times. But other than that, he's scored takedowns in all of his last 5 fights on this 5-fight winning streak. Took Bryan Barberena down 3 times. Fought Vicente Luque, who's been looking good as of late. So that's an impressive win. Vicente Luque's on a 2-fight winning streak since then. Round 2 submission. You know, Vicente Luque is no fucking scrub. So to beat him, you know, Vicente Luque's literally got fucking wins over Bilal Muhammad. Look at what he's doing to people. So that win over Vicente Luque is very impressive for Leon Edwards. And he went on afterwards to fight Barberena and Peter Sabata. So let's look at Donald Cerrone. He's coming off of that win over Lawler. Or Yancy Medeiros, okay. Yeah, that was RDA coming off a win over Lawler. But before that, Cerrone was on a 3-fight skid. You know, Jorge Masvidal, Lawler, and Darren Till. But since then, he looked great in his fight versus Yancy Medeiros. You have to wonder. Let's see. Cerrone's 35, but I really don't even feel like his age is catching up to him at this point. I mean, if anything's catching up to Cerrone, I don't think it's his age. I think it might just be his lifestyle or even his fucking, you know, the opponents he's been facing. Donald Cerrone, if he's taking this fight seriously, is going to be the baddest motherfucker Leon Edwards has ever dealt with. And I have no reason to believe he wouldn't be taking this fight seriously. It's in Singapore, but that's literally perfect for Donald Cerrone. Anyone, anywhere, anytime. Leon Edwards, some people might be thinking, who's that guy? Singapore, people are thinking, where the fuck is that? That's exactly where you'll find Donald Cerrone in that type of situation. Who the fuck is that guy? Where the fuck are we at? We're here to kick some ass. So Donald Cerrone's coming off of a very impressive win over Yancy Medeiros, and it was a little bit of a quick comeback, people felt like. It was just 4 months after his fight with Darren Till, where he had his nose broken, stuff like that. First round KO by Darren Till. And he made that quick turnaround versus Yancy Medeiros. A lot of people felt like it might have been too quick, but he showed us with the quick first round KO that wasn't the case. Now he's had even more time to heal up from both of those fights, and he's one of the most experienced UFC fighters and one of the most badass fighters of the lightweight and welterweight division. Now, he looked, in my opinion, as far as a fighter, he's had more success at the lightweight division. But he's been up here at welterweight fighting the best welterweights in the world. Darren Till, Robbie Lawler, Masvidal, Yancy Medeiros most recently. Before that, Matt Brown. That Matt Brown fight was fucking crazy. Matt Brown probably won the first 2 rounds. I had Matt Brown looking great in that fight until he decided to play into Cerrone's game. Now, you know, when he started being friendly with Cerrone, if I'm Leon Edwards or any fighter, I'm fucking coming in here. I'm playing a mental game with Cowboy. Not because I'm an asshole, because I've seen it work before. When you're a guy that you come in there and you're buddy with Cowboy and you're shaking his hand and he can smile and laugh and all of that shit, Cerrone comes to fight. But when you come in there pissed off at him and he don't even know why, what the fuck is this guy's problem? Like with Matt Brown was pissed at Donald Cerrone for I don't even know why. Might have just been mental. But Matt Brown was acting like Donald Cerrone fucking stole his Cowboy. He stole his, damn, not Cowboy, stole his horse. Fuck, I fucked that up. Matt Brown was acting like Donald Cerrone fucking stole his horse and rode off into the sunset, right? Pissed him off. And Donald Cerrone, was losing the first 2 rounds. Like, why is this guy so fucking mad at me? But then, after landing a good shot or whatever, Donald Cerrone, let's fucking go. You know, they touched gloves in the center of the octagon. Say no more. One of the craziest combos, actually, that was against Brick Story, but say no more. I think it was a head kick KO right after they, fucking touched gloves or some shit. Into the fight, round 3, Donald Cerrone gets the KO, TKO in the 3rd round after potentially being down 2 rounds. Because you took your anger down a notch, you know? You might have been up 2 rounds and let off the pedal if you're Matt Brown. Like, all right, I ain't got to take this fight as serious. You know, I won the first 2 rounds. Let's go, man. I still fuck with Cerrone. But as soon as you touch gloves with him and give him that sign of acceptance or whatever it is, when you give Donald Cerrone the okay to have fun, you're in trouble. So if I'm Leon Edwards, I'm coming in here like Donald Cerrone, pissed in my Cheerios. I'm not saying one. I'm mean mugging him every time I fucking see him, even if I like the dude. Like I'm thinking, oh my God, that's Donald Cerrone. I would fucking love to go tell him, you know, he's a warrior and I looked up to him. But sorry, man, I'm just mugging him. Like, I'm mean mugging him. He thinks I'm pissed off at him, and meanwhile, inside my head, I'm fucking starstruck. Like, I'm thinking in my head, fucking love Donald Cerrone. That guy's great. The whole time I'm mean mugging him, I would fucking love an autograph right now. Just fucking... just mean mugging his shit the entire time. Like, meanwhile, in my head, I would fucking love to go say hi to Donald Cerrone. But I'm just saying, you gotta play those mental games sometimes. And Donald Cerrone is literally a guy who has shown, like, if it's just weird. Like, if he's in his zone, if he's having fun, you are in trouble. So we'll see what happens. But honestly, man, off the top of my head, but he's been losing to the top 10 and top 5 welterweights in the world. It's hard for me to pick Donald Cerrone and win this fight. Off the top of my head, I'm kind of leaning toward Leon Edwards. But I don't know. This is Donald Cerrone, a bad motherfucker, man. This is the hardest fight for me to pick off the top of my head. So, I'm just going with, for the full-time MMA in the morning's sake, and I'll also be honest with you guys, though, I'm going with Donald Cerrone right now. I haven't did all the deep research, watched no fights. We're doing this right now. So I'm leaning toward Donald Cerrone, man. This one's like a 50-50, though. I'm being honest. This is really hard for me to call. On my predictions, do not be surprised if you see Leon Edwards, because this is hard to call. I'm going with Donald Cerrone here, but more with my heart than my head, you know? I love Donald Cerrone, what he does, brings to the sport. Super cool guy. So I'm picking him with my heart, but my head is kind of going, whoa, motherfucker. Leon Edwards is a savage. So I'm 50-50 on this fight. We'll give the edge to Donald Cerrone just to, to make a pick for today. But don't be surprised if that changes on my predictions. But with that being said, we'll check out the full-time chat before we get out of here. My homie just uploaded his UFC 225 wrap-up. American crew might not like this, but here it goes. YouTube watch. Peep it once the stream's over. All right, I'm gonna peek that shit too. And if I don't give him the cosign stamina, that's fucked up. No, I'm just kidding. I know you wouldn't post a link of some fucking jackass in here. Probably a pretty dope wrap up. So, yeah, we'll see where you guys can check that out after this if you want. UFC badass. The Cowboys' last win was by first round KO. Yeah, over Yancy Medeiros, man, and it was a quick turnaround as well. So with that being said, man, I'll scroll up, see if anybody said anything to me real fast before we get out of here. Delete, delete, delete. Toilet cleaner is obsolete. Motherfucking. I'm still mad he made full-time toilet cleaner the remix. Fucking clown. Oh, fuck, man. But with that being said, yeah, man, we're going to wrap it up. Get out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed full-time MMA in the morning. We got the bells and whistles. We got the fucking live subscriber count, and it's just going to get better. I got to make different themes and different all type of shit. Man, it's about to be lit in here with this new super dope ceiling hanging cord I've got. With that being said, no, thanks guys for coming through, man. And also, if you guys want to join the call, well, I'll try and fix that ASAP. I might need another monitor to do that. I'm not sure. I got to figure out how to get a Google Hangout in here. I just got to watch a couple YouTube videos, I'm sure, and they'll show me how to do it. And other than that, man, yeah, let me know in the comment section what you guys think about a potential full-time family channel, where it's literally just like Google Hangout calls where people talk from the channel, just talk about what's going on in the UFC. I'll be in there some of the times, but if there's some time that I'm doing real world shit, whatever the fuck that is, then you guys can just hop on if there's some urgent shit going down. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try and get that shit going too. So yeah, Cam Murphy said take it easy full time. You too, Cam. Mr. Perfect 2005 said I'll tidy you later. The motherfucking dog. Whatever you're saying there. So yeah, man. Shout out to the full-time family, man. We out of this joint. Let the full-time family know what you guys think in the comments. And we still got the green box. We got the bells and whistles. OBS is running. Let's fucking go. I'm out of here.